Waheguru, 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 Waheguru. Waheguru, 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 Waheguru. Guys, did you hear me there, or was I on mute this whole time?
You were on mute.
Okay. Waheguru, 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 Waheguru. So guys, Astpadi is 11th Astpadi. If you go to the chat, you can download it from there. I did use the original. I didn't make a copy, so I used the original to make notes. So you will have pretty much this week's arts written in there, and you can just download that. Saloko करण कारण प्रभु एको है दूसर नाही कोय नानक तिसु बले हारण जाले थाले मैयले सोए असठ पदी कारण करावन करन जोगो जो तिसु पावै सोई होगो खिन मह थापयो थापन हारा अंत नहीं के छो पारा वारा हुक्मे तार अतर रहावै हुक्मे उपजै हुक्मे समावै हुक्मे ऊंच नीच व्यवहार हुक्मे अनेक रंग प्रकार कर कर देखै अपनी वडियाई नानक सब मह रह समाई। वाहिगुरु जी, वाहिगुरु, 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 वाहिगुरु। So the link for Astapadi 11 is within the chat. Let me know if you guys can download that. If you can't. Hopefully you guys can see that there. Deep Core, hopefully you got that. It's got all the notes from this week, so it's kind of like filled out. But yeah. And just another reminder, there is no class next week. So hopefully you guys have downloaded everything. We are starting Astpadi 11 today. And this Pehli Pauri is based upon Pana. Is based upon, it takes you, what it provides you, I think, is an experience of just builds on the experience, and it puts you into a state of being non-judgmental, understanding your path, but being non-judgmental to everything that's going on around you, the egos, the humbleness, the your own path, wherever you may be shifting throughout this week. You'll see it. You see how you flow with it. See how you flow with it. So Saloko, hopefully you can see this page. So ਦੋਹਰੇ ਨੇੜੇ ਕਵਿਤਾ ਪਦ ਦਾ ਛੰਦ ਹੈ ਜਿਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਦੀ ਪ੍ਰਸ਼ੰਸਾ ਹੀ ਪ੍ਰਸੰਤਾ ਹੈ, meaning salok meaning praise. It's a style of poetry that's close to a dora, and this particular slok is filled with praise upon praise, jas upon jas of Vaheguru Ji. कारण कारण प्रभु एक है, दूसर नाही कोई. कारण, कारण वाले, the doer. कारण, मूल, मुड रूप, the reason, the essence. The essence meaning मूल, the mud mean the beginning, the reason, the कारण. प्रभु एक है, वाहिगुरु जी is one. निर्गुण ब्रह्म जी एक है ਹਨ. दूसर secondary, कोई दूजा नाही कोई, नाही नहीं, कोई भी, anyone, someone. There is no secondary. दूसर नाही कोई. So we'll get straight into the arth here. So कारण कारण प्रभु एक है, दूसर नाही कोई. ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬਾਨ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਸ਼ੁਭ ਸੱਚੇ 10 ਅਵਤਾਰ ਧਾਰ ਕੇ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਇੱਕ ਹਨ, ਆ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ 10 ਅਵਤਾਰ ਧਾਰ ਕੇ ਇੱਕ ਹਨ, ਤਿਵੇਂ ਅਨੰਤ ਬ੍ਰਹਮੰਡ ਰਚ ਕੇ ਵੀ ਇੱਕ ਹਨ. ਜਦੋਂ ਚਾਹੁਣ ਅਨੰਤ ਬ੍ਰਹਮੰਡ ਰਚਣ ਲੈ ਕਰਨ, ਫਿਰ ਵੀ ਇੱਕ ਹੀ ਹਨ. ਐਸੇ ਵਿਸਮਾਦ ਏਕ ਨਿਰਗੁਣ ਬ੍ਰਹਮ ਜੀ ਸਾਰੀ ਰਚਨਾ ਦੇ ਮੂਲ ਮੁੱਢ ਆਪਣੇ ਨਿਰਗੁਣ ਸਰੂਪ ਚੋਂ ਸਰਗੁਣ ਸਰੂਪ ਅਨੰਤ ਬ੍ਰਹਮੰਡ ਦਾ ਪਸਾਰਾ ਪ੍ਰਗਟ ਕਰਨ ਵਾਲੇ ਹਨ. ਆਪ ਜੀ ਤੋਂ ਬਿਨਾਂ ਹੋਰ ਕੋਈ ਦੂਜਾ ਕਰਨ ਵਾਲਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ. ਭਾਵ all these ਸੰਭੂ ਮੁਨ ਆਦਮ, ਐਡਮ ਐਂਡ ਈਵ, ਤਿੰਨ ਗੁਣ ਰਜੋ ਤਮੋ ਸਤੋ ਆਦਿ ਕਾਰਨ ਰਚਣ ਦਾ ਕਾਰਨ ਨਹੀਂ ਹਨ. These aren't the reasons for the creation. Right? The one Nirgun Brahmaji is the reason of everything, is the essence, is the beginning of everything. From their own Nirgun form, Vaheguru has created the creation. There is no other doer. Right? दूसर नाही कोई, there is no other doer. कारण कारण प्रभु एक है. The reason behind everything is the Karana. Nirguna Vaheguru Ji has created everything, has created the creation. Guys, download it. Don't do anything to this actual page. Don't edit on the page. Download it for yourself and then edit there. Someone's just highlighted it. So this is good Sikhya. Just some people think that they forget that Vaheguru Ji has created everything, and then maybe some people go, oh, you know what? It's because the elements came together. It's because of death. It's because of Adam and Eve, and all these other reasons why everything was created. But Bhagaji pretty much takes us back to a point where it's questioning, well, who created all these things? Who created the elements? Who created all this? And then, so pretty much saying that Vaheguruji has created everything. So Karan Prabhu Eko hai. दूसरा नहीं कोई. And then Nanak Tisbale Harane Jale Thale Mahiyale Soe. Mahiyale. Ahin Beri He Mamamukta Mahiyale Soe. So Nanak Guru Sahib Ji, Sri Guru Granth Sahib Maharaj Ji, Teso Dam Vaheguru Ji Baleharana, sacrifice Qurban, Jale meaning water, Thale meaning can be earth as well, but Thale in like right now what we're going to talk about is you translate straight to as Tha, as location, as place, Thale. Mehiyale is interesting in the sense that there are two things combined in Mehiyale. Mehi meaning earth, meaning land. Tarti, Mehi meaning Tarti. Ale meaning Akash, meaning sky. Mehiyale. Soy means them. Soy means memma, praise. Soba. Oho ta soba. So Nanak das Baleharana, Jale Thale Mahiyale Soe. So Guru Sahib is pretty much saying, I'm a sacrifice to them. So Guru Granth Sahib is saying, Dasa Dasa sacrifice to the one Vaheguru Ji, that is with praise, that is with soy, with soba, in water, on land, and within the sky, meaning everywhere. The one Vaheguru Ji, the one that's everywhere. हरे आपे माता आपे पिता जिन्हें जियो पाए जग तो दिखाया गुरु नानक गुरु ग्रंथ साहब महाराज जी फरमाते ਹਨ ਦਾਸਨ ਦਾਸ ਨਾਨਕ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਕੈ ਸਦ ਕੁਰਬਾਨ ਤਿਸ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਤੋਂ ਕੁਰਬਾਨ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ ਸੈਕਰੀਫਾਈਸ ਟੂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਉਹ ਕਾਰਨ ਇੱਕ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਜਾਲੇ ਮਹੀ ਆਲੇ ਧਰਤੀ ਆਕਾਸ਼ ਸਭ ਥਾਲੇ ਥਾਂ ਜਗਤ Soba Sat Vyapak ho rahe han. So they are with praise in every little particle right now. And I'm a sacrifice to them. I sacrifice myself over them. Meaning I'm consistently lost in their throne. I'm consistently absorbed in them. So Karan Prabhu Ek hai, the reason behind everything is Vaheguru Ji. Ek Vaheguru Ji, dusar nahi ko, there is no secondary, there is no other, there is no five elements that have created everything, there is no Adam and Eve that created everything, there's no death that came upon and brought this and the galaxies. Vaheguru Ji is the reason. Kita pasao, eko kawao, tiste hoy, lakh dariyao. Right from Vak, from Bachan, Akal Purkh Ji Siddhe. So Karan Prabhu Eko hai, dusar nahi koi, Nanak tis baleharan hai, I'm a sacrifice to them. Who jale in water, mahiyale tarti, and ale in the sky, thale in the locations, soy with soba, or the soy them. Jale thale mahiyale soy. They, if we take it as them, they are soy, they are within Jale Thale Mahiyale. Or they are with soy, soba as well, within Jale Thale Mahiyale. Meaning, with praise, meaning their praise is going on all the time. with praise meaning their jas is happening all the time. Ajap is flowing all the time. Astpadi, gathering of 8 sections. Padi means shabd, ast means 8. Padi shabd him. 8 ਪੌੜੀਆਂ ਦਾ ਇਕੱਠ। ਪਰਮਪੁਰ ਜੀ ਦੱਸ ਦੋ ਗਈਆਂ 8 ਪੌੜੀਆਂ ਦੇ ਅਸ਼ਟਪਦੀ ਜੀ 11ਵੇਂ 11th Astpadi consisting 10 Gurbani ji lines and 8 sections. Astpadi, 8 section shabds, and there are 10 lines for each. Karan Karavan Karana Jogo. Karan, the doer, the creator, Rachan. Karavana. Karavana is Karan Wale. The one that makes others do. Karavana. Karna Jogo, in English we put it together. Karta Kautak, like with the ability to do. Karana Jogo, with the ability to do. Karana Karta Kautak, meaning clay, meaning Karta, meaning action. Karna Jogo, like. Karn they like. The one with the ability to do, the one with the ability to make others take action. ਸੋ ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬਾਨ ਜੀ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬਾਨ ਜੀ ਆਪਣੇ ਅੰਤ ਕਲਵਾਨ ਨਿਰਗੁਣ ਸਰੂਪ ਜੀ ਦੁਆਰਾ ਅਸੰਖ ਬ੍ਰਹਮੰਡ ਨੂੰ ਰਚਣ ਅਤੇ ਆਪਣੀ ਜੋਤ ਨਾਲ ਸਭ ਜੀਆਂ ਅਨੰਤ ਸੂਰਜਾਂ, ਚੰਦਰਮਿਆਂ, ਤਾਰਿਆਂ, ਧਰਤੀਆਂ ਦੀ ਹਰਕਤ ਦੇ ਕਰਤੱਵ ਕੌਤਕ ਕਰਾਉਣ ਦੇ ਲਾਇਕ ਹਨ, ਭਾਵ ਵਿਆਪਕ ਵਿਸਮਾਦ ਅੰਤ ਕਲਾਵਾਨ ਹਨ। ਜਿਵੇਂ ਬਿਜਲੀ ਨਾਲ ਤਸਵੀਰਾਂ ਨੱਚਦੀਆਂ ਹਨ, ਤਿਵੇਂ ਗੁਰੂ ਪਰਮੇਸ਼ਰ ਜੀ ਆਪਣੀ ਜੋਤ ਨਾਲ ਬਰੀਕ ਤੋਂ ਵੀ ਕਿਰਮਾ ਸੂਰਜ, ਚੰਦ, ਧਰਤੀ ਦੇ ਵੱਡੇ ਤੋਂ ਵੱਡੇ ਆਕਾਰਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਨਚਾ ਰਹੇ ਹਨ। ਖੰਡ ਬ੍ਰਹਮੰਡ ਤ੍ਰੈ ਗੁਣ ਨਾਚੇ, ਜਿਨ ਲਾਗੀ ਹਰ ਲਿਵ ਤੁਮਾਰੀ। ਜੀ ਜੰਤ ਸਭੇ ਹੀ ਨਾਚੇ, ਨਾਚੇ ਖਾਣੀ ਚਾਰੀ। So Guru Sahib Ji has created creation through his nirgun form. And Guru Sahib Ji has ability to make people, to make the sun, to make the stars have life and move about. And Bhagavad gives this example, so he wrote in English, just like electricity makes pictures dance, meaning movies, and we see on TV, we see on our phone screens. Guru Sahib Ji makes the smallest particles dance. Gurbani Ji, the planets and solar systems dance in three qualities, as do those who bear love for you, Vaheguru Ji. So Karan Prabhu eko hai, dusar nahi koe. Nanak tis baliharan jale thale mahiyale. So I'm a sacrifice to the one in the mahiyale, within the tarti, and ale within the sky, and within the jal, within the pani. And the reason behind everything is Vaheguru Ji. There is no secondary reason. And then Astpadi Karan Karavan Karna Jogo. Right? So the one that does everything and the one that makes others do. Karan, and the one that is Karavan, makes others do. Karna Jog, the one has the ability to do all this. Vaheguru Ji. Nirgun Brahm Ji. From the Prakash, from the light form. The one that's within everything, within everyone. And then what does Guru Sahib Ji goes on to say? Jo te so pave soi hogo. Whatever jo bhi te so tinna nu, them Vaheguru Ji pave pleases pondaya. Soi ohi, that soi hogo happens. Ohi hundaya fir. Only that happens which pleases Vaheguru Ji, which Vaheguru Ji nu pondaya. This was Vaheguru Satguru Sahib Ji nu jo ponda hai, soi hunda hai, soi hovega, and that will happen. ਭਾਵ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਚਾਹਣ, ਚਾਹੇ ਆਪਣੀ ਰਚਨਾ ਅਕਸਮਾਤਰ ਆਪਣੇ ਚ ਲੈ ਕਰ ਲੈਣ. If they wish, they could take the rachana and pull it back within themselves. Jab aakar kar to kabhu tum mein milt de tar samu, fir rach lein, or they can create it. ਇਸ ਲਈ अब हम चली ठाकुर पहे हारे, जब हम शरणे प्रभु की आई, राखो प्रभु भावे मारे, हंगता त्याग के, release your ego, अत्यंत गरीबी तार के, become humble, सरणी पै के, go into sanctuary of Guru Sahib Ji, AIDS आदि रोगां पापां विकारां कतलां 84 ਦੇ ਗੇੜੇ ਤੋਂ ਬਚਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਹੈ, should save ourselves from all these diseases. So only that happens which pleases Vaheguru Ji. ਜੋ ਤਿਸ ਭਾਵੈ ਸੋਈ ਹੋ, ਕਰਨ ਕਰਾਵਨ ਕਰਨੈ ਜੋਗੋ, Vaheguru Ji karna jogo. Vaheguru Ji is karavan. Well, because of Vaheguru Ji, everything happens. And whatever pleases Vaheguru Ji, that's what happens. Sukhmani Sahib answers a lot of questions. Khin meh thapeo thapanhara. Khin. You guys, we know what khin is a very short period of time. ਘੱਟ ਤੋਂ ਘੱਟ ਸਮਾਂ. Khin. ਘੱਟ ਤੋਂ ਘੱਟ ਸਮਾਂ. A very short amount of time. Meh within ਵਿੱਚ, thap to establish, to create, isthit, thap isthit. Thapanhara, the one who destroys, puttan wale, like pulling a vegetable out of the ground. You can imagine that. Vaheguru Ji could pull the whole creation back. So ਸੱਚੇ ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬਾਨ ਜੀ ਆਪਣੇ ਨਿਰਗੁਣ ਸਰੂਪ ਦੁਆਰਾ, from the ਨਿਰਗੁਣ ਸਰੂਪ, ਘੱਟ ਤੋਂ ਘੱਟ ਸਮੇਂ 'ਚ ਅਨੰਤ ਬ੍ਰਹਮੰਡ ਦੀ ਰਚਨਾ ਨੂੰ ਸਥਿਤ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਨ. ਖਿੰਨ 'ਚ ਹੀ ਪੁੱਟਣ ਵਾਲੇ ਹਨ, ਭਾਵ ਆਪਣੀ ਅੰਤਕਲਵਾਨ ਆਕਰਖਣ ਸ਼ਕਤੀ ਨਾਲ ਆਪਣੇ ਨਿਰਗੁਣ ਸਰੂਪ 'ਚ ਮਿਲਾ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਹਨ. Within a blink of an eye, or we should even say blink, like less than a blink of an eye, like Bhagavad Ji writes, ਘੱਟ ਤੋਂ ਘੱਟ ਸਮਾਂ, a very short amount of time, Bhagavad Ji writes. So within a very short amount of time, Guru Sahib Ji creates his creation from his nirguna form and pulls it back within his nirguna form. So Maharaj creates and destroys within a very short amount of time. Kin in an instant. Yes. It's probably a better arth. Kin in an instant. I think we might have to change within a blink of an eye. But I will verify this next week. Let me look it up a little bit deeper. Kin, yeah, a very short amount of time, within an instant. That is probably a better arth. Within an instant, Guru Sahib Ji creates his creation. Yeah, I think we will probably change this arth. Kin. Let me just verify it though. So within an instant, most likely, Guru Sahib Ji creates his creation from his nirguna form and pulls it back within his nirguna form. अंत नहीं केछो पारावारा, anto end, nahi no, nahi kecho some, kecho paravara, paravara in Punjabi, in English, the other side of something, like the other side of the ocean where there is a shore. Paravara, paravar. Anto nahi kecho paravara. Vaheguruji has no paravar. Anto nahi kecho. Vaheguruji has no anta. Right? There is no end to Vaheguru, Guru Sahib Ji. There is no end to their Shakti, to their power, and there is no end to their creation. So Anta Kalavan Vaheguru Satguru Sahiban Ji, Anta Kalavan Atha Shakti ਅਤੇ ਅਨੰਤ ਬ੍ਰਹਮੰਡ ਦੀ ਰਚੀ ਰਚਨਾ ਦਾ ਕਿਛ ਵੀ ਅੰਤ ਪਾਰਵਾਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ, ਕਿਉਂ ਜੋ ਆਪਣੇ ਨਿਰਗੁਣ ਸਰੂਪ ਜੀ ਦੁਆਰਾ ਇੱਕ ਖਿੰਨ ਚ ਅਨੰਤ ਬ੍ਰਹਮੰਡ ਨੂੰ ਰਚਦੇ ਆ, ਆਪਣੇ ਚ ਲੈ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ, ਨਿਰਲੇਪ ਵੀ ਹਨ. So they are unaffected while they create or while they destroy. Opde par lo khin meh karta pele par nirgun rahta. Right? So there is no end. So Guru Sahib Ji has no paravar, there is no end, no other side, meaning no end. Ant to nahi kecho paravara. Hukme tare atar rahave. Hukme, hukum de vich, within their hukum, within their command. Tare, tare takake, to put, to place. Atar, without support. Bina asre, without a pillar, without any support. Atar. Rahave, keeps. Rakhdehan. Nirgun Ji, Nirgun Vaheguru Ji keeps the whole creation without any support within his command, within hukum. So Panpuji Satguru Sahib Ji, Ananta Brahmand apne hukum ਚ ਬਿਨਾ ਆਸਰੇ ਦੇ ਆਪਣੀ ਸਤਾ ਜੋਤ ਨਾਲ ਆਪਣੇ ਨਿਰਗੁਣ ਸਰੂਪ ਚ ਟਿਕਾ ਕੇ ਰੱਖਦੇ ਹਨ. ਆਪੇ ਜਾਲੋ, ਆਪੇ ਥਾਲੋ ਥੰਮਨੋ, ਆਪੇ ਕੀਆ ਘਟ ਘਟ ਬਾਸਾ. Sindh Parbat Medani Bina Thamma Gagane Rahaya. Without any support, the sky is supported. It is where it is. The mountains, the Medani, everything. Bino Thamma Gagane Rahaya. So Nirguna Vaheguruji keeps the whole creation without any support within his command, meaning there are no pillars. So it stays afloat within hukam, without any pillar. The pillar is hukam. Everything stays within hukam. Deep Core, hopefully you got that. That's where it is. I wrote on this, so you're gonna see all the arts already written for you for this week. But and there is no class next week, but the following week, I will try to remember to make a copy of this, because then I'll have it on my computer at home. I'm just traveling this week, so right now that's why I did it online. Usually I make my own copy at home, and then that's where I write, and you guys have this copy. Hukme upaja, hukam is samava. So within hukam, upaja means pargat hona, to sprout, to be born. Upaja, to sprout. Hukam a command, hukam de vich samava. Samava means to merge. Samadhi, to become one with. So the whole creation emerges from and merges back within Guru Sahib Ji's Nirguna form by his hukam, by his command. Pandit Puji Vaheguru Satguru Sahiban Ji de Nirguna Sarup chon hukmi hovane aakar hukum na kahya jai. Hukum ਦੁਆਰਾ ਅਨੰਤ ਬ੍ਰਹਮੰਡ ਦੀ ਰਚਨਾ ਪ੍ਰਗਟ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ. So this whole Brahmand rachana that we're seeing is all comes into existence from hukam. Hukam dwara hi nirgun Brahm ji ch samaudi hai. Within hukam, it goes back within nirgun ji. Jis te upjai, tis te binasai, kate kate sacho parpure. So the whole creation emerges back within Guru Sahib Ji's nirgun form by his command. Within hukam. Everything's within hukam. Nothing is outside of hukam. Moving on, some of my favorite lines right here. Well, we could take this out two ways. Hukame uch neech byohar. So, hukame, command, within hukam. Uch, high, great, ucha. Neech, low, neech, nima. Bihar means business, your dealings. Hukme ऊंच नीच बिहार उच्चा हंकार निम्रता दा बिहार हुक्म ची हो रहा है. First अर्थ. So उच्चा हंकार निम्रता दा बिहार हुक्म ची हो रहा है. First अर्थ. The business of having a big ego or being humble is in command, is in hukam. Who are we going to judge? The business of having an ego, a big ego, or being humble, who are we going to judge you in terms of being humble? Or being humble is also in hukam, is in hukam. Hukam uch. Uch means high, but here we're translating that towards ego, like a big ego. Uch. Neech means low, but here we're translating that into humbleness. Bihar. So the business, the bihar of having uch neech, having a big ego or humbleness is within Maharaj's hukam. Second arth. Hukmi uttamo neecho. Sat ਧਰਮ ਨਾਮ ਜਪਣ ਜਪਾਉਣ ਗੁਰੂ ਸੇਵਾ ਕਰਨ ਕਰਾਉਣ ਰੂਪ ਊਚ. So the ਉੱਚਾ ਵਿਵਹਾਰ of ਧਰਮ, of ਨਾਮ, of seva, and then ਜੋਰ ਜ਼ੁਲਮ ਦਾ ਨੀਚ ਵਿਵਹਾਰ ਹੁਕਮ ਚ ਹੀ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ. The business of great deeds like meditating on Naam, doing seva, and low deeds such as doing evil is all within hukam, is all within command. And then Pagji does a third arth of this as well. So Satguru Sahib Ji apne hukam dwara. So Guru Sahib Ji, according to their hukam, Oganayare Neech Jeev nu, the Jeev that's lost in Ogan, lost in Vikar, Bhajan Simran Paravkar da Ucha Bihar Bakshte Han, gives them the Bihar, the business of Naam, of Simran, of doing good deeds. Nichah Uch Kara Mera Gobindo. Kahute na dara. And Bhagji proves it through this Yatha line that Nichah Uch Kara Mera Gobindo. My Gobind brings the Nich to Uch. Kahute na dara. Isn't afraid of anyone. Maharaj does this all the time. Maharaj gives us seva, Maharaj gives us simran, Maharaj gives us how many gifts? And that is the business that Maharaj offers us, that brings us, that takes our vikaras away. right? So the business of having a big ego or being humble is within Maharaj Hukam. The business of Naam Japana, Seva Karni, or doing evil, ਇਹ ਵੀ ਹੁਕਮ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੀ ਆ. And then Maharaj also, within Maharaj Hukam, brings the Vikari Oganyar, the one that's lost in Ogan, that individual towards Seva Simran. And he gives them this, and he gives them the gift of all this. So Hukme, Uch Neech Byohar. Who are we going to judge? Hukme, Anik Rang Parkar. Hukme, command, Hukum de vich. Anek, many, Anek, Rang. Rang, you guys know what Rang means? Color, play. Kautak, Punjabi de vich. Parkar, many types, ਕਿੰਨੇ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੇ. ਸੋ ਹੁਕਮ ਚ ਹੀ ਉਤਪਤੀ ਪਾਲਣਾ ਲੈਤਾ ਅਨੇਕ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੇ ਕੌਤਕ ਵਰਤ ਰਹੇ ਹਨ. Right? So not just limited to those three. So all types of doings, like creation, like sustaining, like destroying, are happening in Hukam. All types of doings. The doings of us listening and reading and writing Sukhmani Sahib, the bihar of us going to Katha Kirtan, the bihar of the jobs that we hold, the bihars of where our emotional states are, where we're sitting at right now. It's in Hukam. The flow that we're learning how to utilize Sukhmani Sahib and apply to our lives to deal with the traumas and everything else that we may be experienced, that we may have felt. And that's just of this life. And then even past lives, the way Sukhmani Sahib is helping us and shaping our future is in Hukam. These are gifts Maharaj has given us. Hukam. So Maharaj does everything. Maharaj creates everything. There's no end to Maharaj. Maharaj supported everything without any pillars. It's straight through his Hukam. Everything is created within Hukam and goes back within Hukam. Uch Neech, the business of Uch Neech, any which way, any which arth you want to take out of the three, that's within Hukam. Hukam Aneka Ranga Prakar, these Kautaks, the sustenance, the creation, the destruction, whatever's going on within our lives, that's within Hukam. Kare kare dekhe apni vadiyai. Kare, does. Kar mean to do, kar. Dekhe, sees, dekhde han, apni, their own vadiyai, their own praise, their own vadiyai. And we'll do the last two lines together. Nanak sab rahe asamai. Ahinsari he, ma mahe, ma he. Nanak sab mahe rahaya samai. Nanak Guru Granth Sahib Maharaj, Sri Guru Granth Sahib Maharaj ji, sab ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, all ਮਹਿ within ਵਿੱਚ, ਰਹਿਆ stays, ਰਹੇ ਹਨ, ਰਹਿੰਦੇ ਹਨ, ਸਮਾਈ, lean, merged. So Guru Granth Sahib Maharaj ji is stating, Nirgun Vaheguru ji is merged within his whole creation, within the rich, within the poor, within all, within everything, within Khand, Brahmand, within the smallest of smallest particles, within the biggest of biggest, anything and everywhere. So Nirgun ji is merged within everything, within the Sargun, within the whole creation. By being merged within the whole creation, Nirgun Vaheguru ji is doing his own praise and watching it. Ape japyo apna jap. So Nirgunji is merged, for example, if we can go here for a second, we can just close our eyes for a second and bring it together and bring it in. So if we're saying Nirgunji is, Maharaj is saying Nirgunji is everywhere, Prakash Sarup is within everything. You breathing right now, this breath you're taking in and out, Nirgunji is merged within this breath. You listening right now, Nirgunji is merged within your listening. If your eyes are open and you're seeing a screen, or if your eyes are closed and whatever you may be seeing, Nirgunji is merged within that as well. And if you guys Vaheguru, and you just said Vaheguru internally, or you heard it and your mind repeated it, well, Nirgunji is doing his own job from that perspective as well. Because Kabir na hum kiya, na karenge, na kar sake, nor did I do it, nor will I do it, nor can I do it. Ape japyo apna jap. Akal Purkh ji does his own job himself. From that perspective, by being merged within you, by being merged within everything, wherever you're seated right now, whatever akar is within grasp of you, and then we take it beyond. We take Earth, we take the Moon, we take Saturn, we take Jupiter, we take the galaxy, we take the universe, we take the whole creation, and Nirguna Vaiguruji is merged within this whole creation. So Nirguna Vaiguruji is doing his own job, his own praise, while watching it. Nirgunji is always doing a japa job, along with the whole creation and watching it. So that ton that's going on, that second stage of marriage, that place where Mahapurush sit, are seated, and are absorbed in ton, that's always going on. And that's why when they get to that state, they say, I didn't do it. It's not me doing it. It's really, really not me doing it, because me doesn't exist anymore. Because tu karta tu hua. I kept saying you, and I became you when there was no me. All I saw was you. Gur prasad, top prasad, sant prasad. Sukhmani Sahib ji. So Nanak sab meh rahya samai. Right? Kar kar dekhe apni vadiyai. Maharaj does his own vadai. Everything's in hukam, kuch hukam to bar, kuch hai hi nahi. There's nothing outside of hukam, man. Nothing. Everything. The sadness we feel, that is a blessing. Dokadaru sukho rogo paya. That is a blessing. Not for us to stay within sadness, but for us to utilize that and move towards Sukhmani Sahib. For us to utilize that and move towards Shabad. Right? Enjoy your days, guys. Beautiful day. If you guys can get outside, get some sun, eat right, exercise. It's a holistic approach. And the Shakti behind everything, the Nirguna Prakash Brahm, the Shakti is Sukhmani Sahib. What we're immersing ourselves, Maharaj is making us immerse ourselves within. This is where all the gifts come from. This is where the internal path starts and ends. This is Sikhi 101. This is Sikhi 1001. Nothing's beyond Sukhmani Sahib. Nothing is beyond Shabda because this is our Guru. And this is what Maharaj hopefully makes us fall in love with this. And this is the process of growth. Gur Prasad. So no class, no session next week, guys. But we will be Marakirpa.
श्लोको करण कारण करण कारण प्रभु एक है दूसर नहीं कोई नानक तिस बलिहारण जाले थाले महियाले सोए असटपदी करन करावन करन जोगो जो तिस पावै सोई होगो खिन मह थाप्यो थापन हारा अंत नहीं के छो पारा वारा हुक्मे तारे अतर रहा वै हुक्मे उपजै हुक्मे समावै हुक्मे ऊंच नीच व्यवहार हुक्मे अनेक रंग प्रकार कर कर देखै अपनी वड्याई वड्याई नानक सब मह रहया समाई प्रभ भावै मानुख गति पावै प्रभ भावै तां पाथर तरावै प्रभ भावै बिनु सास ते राखै प्रभ भावै तां हर गुण भाखै प्रभ भावै तां पतित उधारै आप करै आपन विचारै दोहा सिरिया का आप स्वामी खेलै बिगसै अंतर जामी जो भावै सो कार करावै नानक दृष्टि अवरो न आवै So just going over last week, guys. Karan Karan Prabhu eko hai, dusra nahi koi. The reason behind everything. The one Nirguna Prakash Ji, the essence of everything. From their own form, Vaheguruji has created the creation. There is no other that has created anything. So the Karan, the reason, the doer, the Karan, the reason, Prabhu eka hai. So it's one. Nanak Khela Tarbigsa Tarjami is their play. They play their play. Nanak das baliharan jale thale mahi ale soe. So mahi ale earth and ale sky. Jale jal de vich pani de vich thale is a place. So they are everywhere. So Guru Sahib Ji saying that's a sacrifice to Vaheguruji. That Soba Sat, that is with soy, with praise, with soy. Soy is also them, but the one that is everywhere. Astpadi. Karana, Karamana, Karna Jogo. Guru Sahib Ji has created the creation through his Nirguna form. Guru Sahib Ji has the ability to make people, the sun, the stars, have life and move about. Im Maharaj Hasvatya Karna Karan Karavana Karna Jogo. So just like Agji gave this example, just like electricity makes pictures, meaning movies, Guru Sahib Ji makes the smallest particles dance. And then we have Gurbani Ji line here. Khand Brahmanda Traguna Nache Jin Lagi Hare Liv Tamari. Ji Janta Sabe Hi Nache Nache He Khani Chari. So Chari Khaniyan, they dance in Maharaj Hukam. Jo Tisubhave Soi Hogo. So only jo Maharaj nu paunda ohi hunda, whatever pleases Vaheguruji, that happens. Hence today, but the Maharaj also says, well, what do you expect us Satgur Sacha kya kare jo sikha mein chuk? What are you gonna say? What can the Guru do when the Sikhs have fault? Khinam hai thape or thapana. Within a blink of an eye. Guru Sahib Ji creates his creation from his Nirguna form and pulls it back within his Nirguna form. We're going to talk about this today too. It goes to this. Anta nahi kecho para para. There is no end to Vaheguru Guru Sahib Ji, their power or their creation. Hukume tare atara rahave. Nirgun Ji keeps the whole creation without any support in his command. Hukme tare attar rahave, without any support. Naam de asare, Mara de hukum de asare. Everything within hukum. Hukum upajaya, hukum is samave. The whole creation emerges within Guru Sahib's Nirgun form by his hukum. Hukum uch neech bihar. So the bihar, the business of having a big ego or being humble is in Mara hukum too. The business of doing great deeds like abhyas karna, doing meditation, seva karni, or low deeds like putte kam karne, doing evil. Evi Mara de hath vasya. Everything within Maharaja command. Hukume anek rang parkar. So all types of doings, like creation, sustaining, destroying, Mara de hukum chiya. Nothing's outside Mara hukum. Kare kare dekhe apni vadiyai, nanak sab mein rahya samai. So Guru Sahib Ji is stating that Nirgun Ji is merged within his whole creation, rich, poor, as ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਜੀ ਸਮਾਏ ਹੋਏ ਆ. By being merged within this whole creation, Nirgun Vaheguru Ji is doing their own job. While doing their own job, they're watching it too. This is beautiful, man. So Nirgun Ji is always doing their japa japa along with the whole creation and watching it. Rab pave, manukh gate pave. This is where we are today. This is where we will start. So these arts are done in a very different way than what you will find in terms of other arts that are written out there. The way this is thought of is you'll see it. It's a very different type of art. Prabh hai, Prabh Vaheguru Ji, Vaheguru Sache Paatshah Ji, Bhava is ponda. Jo Vaheguru Ji nu ponda, meaning whatever Vaheguru Ji is pleased with, whatever Vaheguru Ji wants, whatever Vaheguru Ji likes, whatever Vaheguru Ji wishes. Jo Vaheguru Ji nu ponda. And this arth of Manok, Pagaji did this arth here. Beautiful arth. Manok means human. But here Pagaji wrote Marda Khada Banda, a human that has been eaten by ego. In English, I just wrote a human that has ego, but if you want to get like visual with it, a human that has been eaten by ego to that level. You can write that there. A human that has been eaten by ego, Manok. Gate, you guys know Gate is salvation, Mukti. Pave, obtain Pave. Consumed by. Yeah, you can say consumed by if you want. Pagaji wrote straight, Khada, eaten by ego. Consumed by, yeah, you can write that as well. So let's do this in Punjabi first. So Guru Sahib Ji फरमा रहे ने वाहिगुरु महल्ले पंजवें जी दी अगम समात दृष्टि च वाहिगुरु महल्ले पहले जी तो बिना कालयुग ਨੂੰ ਤਾਨ ਵਾਲਾ ਹੋਰ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ ਸੋ 10 ਰੂਪ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਧਾਰ ਕੇ ਕੁਰਬਾਨੀ ਨਿਰਪਾਨ ਕੁਰਬਾਨੀ ਕਰਕੇ ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਮਰਿਆਦਾ ਬਖਸ਼ ਕੇ ਬੇਅੰਤ ਜੀਵ ਸਦਾ ਲਈ ਤਾਰੇ ਹਨ ਕਾਲੇ ਜੋਗੋ ਬਾਬੇ ਤਾਰਿਆ ਸਾਤੇ ਨਾਮ ਪੜ੍ਹੇ ਮੰਤਰ ਸੁਣਾਇਆ How did he do it? How did he give salvation? How did Baba Ji, Babe Tarya, Kale Jogo, all of the dark age, all of Kale Jogo. साते नाम पाड़े मंत्र सुनाया, महाराज ने सतनाम मंत्र बख्शिया। काले जुग उधारिया गुरुदेव, मल मूत मूड जे मुग्ध होते, सब लगे तेरी सेव। They all fell into seva, those that fall into seva। ਸਰਬੱਤ ਦਾ ਭਲਾ ਕਰਨ ਵਾਲੇ ਪਰਮ ਪੂਜਨੀ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਮੱਲੇ ਪਹਿਲੇ ਜੀ ਨੂੰ ਭਾਉਂਦਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਮਾਣ ਦਾ ਖਾਦਾ ਬੱਦਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਦੀ ਮੁਕਤੀ ਪ੍ਰਾਪਤੀ ਪਾ ਲਵੇ। ਅਰਥ 1। ਸੋ ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਨੂੰ ਭਾਉਂਦਾ ਆ the one that's consumed by ego, ਮਾਣ ਦਾ ਖਾਦਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਬੰਦਾ ਆ ਉਹ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਦੀ ਮੁਕਤੀ ਪਾ ਲਵੇ, ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਨੂੰ ਭਾਉਂਦਾ। Second up, let me write that in English first, actually, and we'll go to second up. So Guru Nanak Dev Sahib Ji desires that the ego-filled human obtains salvation. So Guru Nanak Dev Sahib Ji nu paunda, Maharaj wants this, that in this Kal Yuga, the human that is filled with ego, Manok, oh gate pav hai, that this individual obtains salvation. So this is different from the perspective of what's kind of written out there. Let me pull it out for you. So, for example, you have all these various arts here. I mean, you guys see the different tika. You guys know which tika these are, right? I can't even name Gurmukhi. जेकर तिस प्रभु को पावै तो यह मानस नाम जाप से गति पावता है। ठीक है, written in Hindi. I mean Gurmukhi script, but dialogue is in Hindi. And then this is our other tika here, Parchala tika. जेकर स्वामी नु चंगा लगे बंदा मुक्ति पा लवे, पा लेंदा है, right? If it's pleasing to Maharaj, one obtains salvation. But Bhagaji's perspective is it is pleasing. So Prabhupada, so the way he's playing with these words versus the way it's been written before is Prabhupada, it is pleasing. Prabhu nu paunda, Guru Nanak Dev Sahib Ji desires. Yes, this is Maharaj's wish. This is Maharaj desires that the ego-filled human obtain salvation. And if Maharaj desires something, it shall happen. That's the difference. Not if it pleases Maharaj, it is pleasing to Maharaj. First up. And the second arth, which is just as beautiful, is where are we? Here. Jis manukh nu Vaheguru Sache Pasha Satguru Sahib Ji paunde han, ਉਹ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਦੀ ਪ੍ਰਾਪਤੀ ਪਾਉਂਦਾ ਹੈ। Right? Meaning, whichever human finds Guru Sahib Ji pleasing, he or she obtains salvation. Prabhupada, whoever Pava kind of like likes, kind of like finds pleasing within their heart, they obtain salvation. I believe there's a line in Guru Granth Sahib Ji goes, Man jage kiye nisani. So how do you know if the mind is waking up? Then Maharaj goes, there's the nishani, the sign of the mind waking up is that Gurbani seems that the human starts to find Gurbani sweet. Okay, me too. Okay, so Prabhupada Manukagate Pa. It is pleasing to Guru Nanak Dev Sahib Maharaj Ji. I tried to find the answer to the max right now. I couldn't find it. So maybe I'm saying it wrong. Man jage ki ye nisani. Man jage ki. I'll find it afterwards. But I think it's Lage Miti Prab Ki Bani. Maybe we could find it from there. Lage Miti Prab Ki. No, I can't find it from there. I'll look for it afterwards. Prab Pave Manuk Gate Pave. Prab Pave Tapathar Tarave. So Prab Pave. Then Pathar. Pathar means stone, Pathar, or human. Pathar Del Ji. So human that has like a heart, the heart of stone. Human with a stone-like heart. Yeah, no worries. We started late today anyway, so it's yeah, no worries. Marakapa. No need to yeah, no worries. Prabhava tapathara tarava. ਪੱਥਰ ਦਿਲ ਜੀਵ ਨੂੰ ਪਰਮ ਪੂਜਨੀ ਸੱਚੇ ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਦਾ ਜਸ ਦਰਸ਼ਨ ਭਾਣਾ ਜਾਂ ਭਾਵੇ ਤਾਂ ਉਸ ਨੂੰ ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀ ਅਗਮ ਸਾਗਰ ਸੰਸਾਰ ਤੋਂ ਤਰਾਉਂਦੇ ਹਨ first up. So once a stone-hearted person finds Guru Sahib Ji's will, praise, and sight pleasing, then Guru Sahib Ji gives them salvation. This is Maharaj takes an ego-filled heart and melts it in love. You know, Saki about 8ਵੇਂ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀ ਬਈ ਇੰਨਾ ਜਾਪ ਕਰਦੇ ਸੀਗੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਮੰਜੇ ਤੇ ਉਹ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ like everything softened up there, right? Is a power of Shabda. Shabda shifts a heart. Shabda provides some individual with humbleness. Shabda erases anger. Shabda brings in Sahib, a state of calm, a state of patience. And this ego-filled individual full of anxiety and ruminating thoughts shifts. That heart, that mind shifts. So once a stone-hearted person finds Guru Sahib Ji's will, meaning whatever happens is beautiful. And if it's not beautiful, Maharaj given us the kala to make moves and not stay. If something's wrong, if something's not going right, then make that move and in a Chardhi Kala state and do something about it. And we've seen this throughout our history, whether it be physically fighting, whether it be picking up a pen, whether it be just getting your body right, whether it be eating right, whatever it is, just staying in that state of Chardhi Kala and making that shift. That shift that takes place is also that motivation that takes place is also kirpa, is also Maharaj's panam. So once a stone-hearted person finds Guru Sahib Ji's will, praise and sight pleasing, then Guru Sahib Ji ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਮੁਕਤੀ ਬਖਸ਼ਦੇ. ਸੋ ਦੂਜਾ ਅਰਥ ਮਹੱਲਾ 5ਵਾਂ ਜੀ ਫਰਮਾਉਂਦੇ ਹਨ, ਧੰਨ ਪੂਜਨੀਕ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਰਾਮਦਾਸ ਉਤਾਰਨ ਤਰਨ ਜੀ ਨੂੰ ਜੇਕਰ ਤਰਾਉਣਾ ਪਾਉਂਦਾ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ ਹੀ ਦਸ ਅੰਦਾਸ ਪਾਥਰ ਨੂੰ ਆਪਣੀ ਪ੍ਰੇਮਾ ਭਗਤੀ ਸਹਿਤ ਨਾ ਜਪਾ ਕੇ ਤਰਾ ਰਹੇ ਹਨ। ਗੁਰ ਬੋਹਿ ਥੋ ਵਡ ਭਾਗੀ ਮਿਲਿਆ ਨਾਨਕ ਦਾਸ ਸੰਗੇ ਪਾਥਰ ਤਰਿਆ। It is pleasing to Guru Sahib Ji that he gives salvation. Well, this is a different earth right here. This is 3 earths here. The third one we didn't even write. I'll explain that one. So it is pleasing to Guru Sahib Ji that he gives salvation to a stone and create Panja Sahib. So Prabhu Ji ਨੂੰ ਪਾਉਂਦਾ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ ਹੀ ਪਵਿੱਤਰ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਪੰਜਾ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਲਾ ਕੇ ਪਾਥਰ ਨੂੰ ਤਰਾਉਂਦੇ ਹਨ, ਸ੍ਰੀ ਪੰਜਾ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਬਣਾਉਂਦੇ ਹਨ. So physically as well, not just human hearts like stone. Now Bhagavad Ji is writing the earth towards stone as well, straight Panja Sahib. It is pleasing to Guru Sahib Ji that he gives salvation to a stone and create Panja Sahib.
Sandeep, sorry, I just want to clarify something. Maybe other people may be thinking the same thing, I don't know. But so previous translations, it appears that Prabhupada there, it's like we're using the word when it's pleasing to Maharaj. But Bhagaji is saying it is pleasing to Maharaj. Is that the difference? Is that the, like from the when it pleases to it does please?
It is pleasing. Yeah, in the first arth, that's what we were talking about, that not when it pleases, but it currently, and we'll continue on with this theme. You'll see it throughout.
Okay, sorry.
And the third arth, which we didn't write in English, I'll say it here, which we said before. Panjਵੇਂ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀ showing extreme humility, ਗਰੀਬੀ ਧਾਰ ਕੇ ਫਰਮਾਉਂਦੇ ਨੇ, right? ਪਨ ਪੂਜਨੀਕ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਰਾਮਦਾਸ ਤਾਰਨ ਜੀ ਨੂੰ ਜੇਕਰ ਤਰਾਉਣਾ ਪਾਉਂਦਾ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ ਹੀ ਦਸਦਾਸ ਪਾਥਰ ਨੂੰ ਆਪਣੀ ਪ੍ਰੇਮਾ ਭਗਤੀ ਸਹਿ ਨਾਲ ਆ ਕੇ ਤਰਾ ਰਹੇ ਹਨ. So once again, Bhagaji is writing this in present tense. This is another thing. But so Panjve Pasha Ji speaking in present tense about Jyothe Pasha Ji, saying that because it is pleasing to Guru Ramdas and Maharaj Ji, he is giving this stone, Panjve Pasha calling himself a stone, Prema Bhakti, devotional worship, giving Das Nam, and is currently giving me salvation. It's currently giving me salvation. It's happening now. Even the Panja Sahib, like, it is pleasing to Guru Sahib Ji that he gives salvation to a stone and create Panja Sahib. So a lot of Bhagaji's writing is like this. He speaks in the present moment. It's like he's having a conversation with the Guru Sahib Ji. That's how it is. That's how he writes. It's like, Maharaji, you're doing this right now. It's like a direct conversation he's having with Guru Sahib. Or he's visualizing Panjve Pasha Ji having a conversation with Jyothe Pasha Ji, and he's writing the conversation. So prabh ਭਾਵ ਹੈ ਬਿਨੋ ਸਾਸ ਤੇ ਰੱਖ ਹੈ. So ਪ੍ਰਭ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਨੂੰ ਭਾਵ ਹੈ ਬਿਨੋ without ਸਾਸ ਸਵਾਸ breath ਤੇ from ਰੱਖ ਹੈ keep. So Punjabi ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ I didn't write them, but you guys could write them from the arths themselves. Just put the arths up there. I'll write the full arth here though. Ate sundar kuleen chatur mukhin yani tanvant mirtak kahi ahe nanaka jah preet nahi bhagwanta. So simran rupi swasan to beno. So ਸਿਮਰਨ ਰੂਪੀ ਸਵਾਸਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਬਿਨਾਂ ਮਿਰਤਕ ਜੀਵ ਨੂੰ ਅਕਾਲ ਪੁਰਖ ਜੀ ਨੂੰ ਰੱਖਣਾ ਪਾਉਂਦਾ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ ਹੀ ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬਾਨ ਜੀ ਅਵਤਾਰ 'ਚ ਪ੍ਰਗਟ ਹੋ ਕੇ ਭਾਵ ਭਗਤੀ ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਬਖਸ਼ ਕੇ ਇਸ ਨੂੰ ਵਿਕਾਰਾਂ ਔਗਣਾਂ ਬਿਮਾਰੀਆਂ ਦੇ ਬੇਅੰਤ ਕੀਟਾਣੂਆਂ ਤੋਂ ਰੱਖਦੇ ਹਨ ਜੋ ਇਸ ਨੂੰ ਹਰ ਸਮੇਂ ਖਾਂਦੇ ਹਨ. So we'll write that out. There's a second out here as well. So a person, amritak sarir, simran rupi swasan to bina. Without simran, a person is dead, right? A person is dead if he or she does not have simran. That is a dead body. That person is not alive. Only when we're Nam are we alive. So if it pleases Vaheguru Ji, only then Guru Sahib Ji takes birth and saves individuals from Vikar, etc. by giving them loving devotion. Prema Bhakti. So prabhav hai beno saas te rakhe. So a person that does not have swas, meaning a person that does not have simran, so if it pleases Guru Sahib Ji, only then Guru Sahib Ji takes birth and saves individuals from vikar, etc. by giving them loving devotion. So ਸਿਮਰਨ ਰੂਪੀ ਸਵਾਸਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਬਿਨੋਂ ਮ੍ਰਿਤਕ ਜੀਵ ਨੂੰ ਅਕਾਲ ਪੁਰਖ ਜੀ ਨੂੰ ਰੱਖਣਾ ਪਾਉਂਦਾ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ ਹੀ then ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਪ੍ਰਗਟ ਹੋ ਕੇ ਭਾਵ ਭਗਤੀ ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਪਛ ਕੇ ਇਸ ਨੂੰ ਤਾਰਦੇ ਹਨ, ਰੱਖਦੇ ਹਨ। So a person is dead if or she does not have Simran. And then because it pleases, we shouldn't be writing if it pleases. We will write this again next week properly. Because it pleases Vaheguru Ji, Guru Sahib Ji takes birth and saves individuals from the cars by giving them loving devotion, by giving them prema bhakti. ਰੱਬ ਭਾਵੈ ਬਿਨ ਸਾਸ ਤੇ ਰੱਖੈ। So ਸਾਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਿਨਾ ਜੋ ਰੱਖਦੇ ਆ ਰੱਬ ਭਾਵੈ that Guru Sahib Ji takes birth. So ਦੂਜਾ ਅਰਥ, I'll write it, I'll talk about it here. ਸਵਾਸਾਂ ਦੀ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ. So because a person has breath doesn't mean that they're living. ਜਿਸ ਦਿਨ ਪ੍ਰੇਮੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਸਨਮੁਖ ਸ਼ਹੀਦ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ ਬਿਨਾਂ ਸਵਾਸ ਦੇ ਅਮਰ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਆਰੰਭ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ. So once a person becomes shaheed in the sense that the person gives themselves towards Guru Sahib Ji, life starts that day. Without breath, without this just regular swas, life starts. So Guru Parmeswar Ji di bandgi karan ਜਾਂ ਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਸਨਮੁਖ ਸ਼ਹੀਦ ਹੋਣ ਤੋਂ, so doing their bandagi, doing their bhakti or giving shahidi, Satguru Sahib Ji ਨੂੰ ਰੱਖਣਾ ਪਾਉਂਦਾ ਹੈ. It is pleasing, it is ਪਾਉਂਦਾ toward to Guru Sahib Ji to keep them. ਇਸ ਨੂੰ ਆਪਣੇ ਅਮਰ ਅਬਿਨਾਸ਼ ਸਰੂਪ ਚ ਲੀਨ ਕਰਕੇ ਬਿਨੋ ਸਾਸ ਤੋਂ ਭਾਵ ਅਮਰ ਪਦ ਚ ਰੱਖਦੇ ਹਨ. And Guru Sahib Ji takes them without breath within their nirgun prakash form and keeps them in that amar status forever. Very deep. Definitely need way more contemplation before writing this. Let's move on. ਪ੍ਰਭਾਵ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ ਹਰ ਗੁਣ ਪੱਖ ਹੈ. So ਪ੍ਰਭ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਭਾਵ is pleasing to, then Hare Vaheguru Ji Gun Virtues Pak hai speaks. So beautiful arts here as well. Two different perspectives. ਜੇਕਰ ਹਰ ਗੁਣ ਉਚਾਰਦਾ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ ਹੀ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਜੀ ਨੂੰ ਭਾਉਂਦਾ ਹੈ. Right? So if a person sings the praises of Vaheguru Ji, only then he or she is pleasing to Vaheguru Ji. ਤਾਂ ਹੀ Vaheguru Ji ਨੂੰ ਭਾਉਂਦਾ ਹੈ. First up. ਪ੍ਰਭ ਭਾਵ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ ਹਰ ਗੁਣ ਪੱਖ ਹੈ. Right? So har gun pak hai, the person that sings the praises, the virtues of Vaheguru Ji. Prabh bhav hai, only then, ta prabh bhav hai, only then he or she is pleasing towards Vaheguru Ji. ਦੂਜਾ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਜੀ ਨੂੰ ਭਾਉਂਦਾ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ ਹੀ ਹਰ ਗੁਣ ਉਚਾਰਦਾ ਹੈ. So the other way as well. Well, what jor does a person have to japanam? A person doesn't. So from that perspective, Prabh ji nu paunda hai ta hi har gun ucharda hai. A person only sings praises of Vaheguru Ji because it pleases Vaheguru Ji, because it is pleasing to Vaheguru Ji. So because Vaheguru Ji wants, a person sings the praises. Another up. So Guru Sahib, this is taken towards Guru Sahib Ji. ਜੇਕਰ ਪ੍ਰੇਮੀ ਨੂੰ ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਭਾਉਂਦੇ ਹਨ. So if Guru Sahib Ji themselves are pleasing to a premi, ਤਾਂ ਆਗਿਆਕਾਰੀ ਅਨੁਸਾਰੀ ਹੋ ਕੇ ਦਸਾਂ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਗੁਣ ਉਚਾਰਦਾ ਹੈ. Then this individual speaks about the praise of Guru Sahib Ji. 10 ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬਾਨ ਜੀ ਹਰੀ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਗੁਣਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਉਚਾਰਦੇ ਆ ਔਗਣਾਂ ਵਿਕਾਰਾਂ ਵੱਲੋਂ. So while this individual keeps praising Guru Sahib Ji, keeps praising Guru Sahib Ji, the organs and the vikar, ਔਗਣਾਂ ਵਿਕਾਰਾਂ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਬਿਨੋ ਸਵਾਸਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਮੁਰਦਾ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ. So the breath of organ, the breath of vikar, this individual dies off from that. So bringing in the previous line into the South as well. ਮੁਰਦਾ ਹੋਏ ਮੁਰੀਦ ਨਾ ਗੱਲੀ ਹੋਵਣਾ ਸਾਬ ਰੋਸੇ ਤੱਕ ਸਹੀ ਤੋਂ ਭਰਮ ਪਾਉ ਖੋਵਣਾ ਆਪਣਾ ਮੁਰਦਾ ਮਰੀਦ ਜਾਣ ਕੇ. And then because Guru Sahib Ji sees this person as their murda murid, meaning someone that has died in seva, someone that's like murda means dead. Murid is someone that's like given themselves up to Guru Sahib Ji. Like Guru Angad Dev Sahib Ji came to Guru Nanak Dev Ji, right? Like that. Like Chauthe Pasha Ji came to Guru Amar Das Sahib Maharaj Ji and just seva. They died. They killed themselves. They killed their egos off in seva, right? Apana murda murid jaan ke. And Guru Sahib Ji sees that this is my murda murid. Satguru Sahib Ji Satguru Sahib Ji ਨੂੰ ਜਮਾ ਔਗਣਾ ਪਾਪਾਂ ਤੇ ਰੱਖਣਾ ਪਾਉਂਦਾ ਹੈ. ਭਾਵ ਇਸ ਦੀ ਰੱਖਿਆ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਨ. So it is in the will, it is pleasing to Guru Sahib Ji to keep this individual from jam, from death, from organ, from sin. and then Maharaj takes care of them. Maharaj ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਰੱਖਿਆ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਨ। ਮ੍ਰਿਤਕੋ ਪਾਇਓ ਤਨ ਸਾਸਾ, that the person that was dead, Guru Sahib Ji put breath back in him. Bichrot an milaya, the one that was separated, now came and met with Vaheguru Ji. Extremely deep, beautiful arts. We'll move on. Prabhava tapatit udara. Patit is a person that has committed sin, and you guys know the rest. So Punjabi ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਨੂੰ ਅਪਵਿੱਤਰ ਨੂੰ ਉਧਾਰਨਾ ਜੇ ਪਾਉਂਦਾ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ ਹੀ ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬਾਨ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਪੂਰਨ ਅਵਤਾਰ ਧਾਰ ਕੇ ਪਵਿੱਤਰ ਜੀਵ ਨੂੰ ਮਹਾਪਾਪਾਂ ਵਿਕਾਰਾਂ ਔਗਣਾਂ ਕੁਕਰਮਾਂ ਜੂਨਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਤਾਰਦੇ ਹਨ। ਇਸ ਲਈ ਪਤਿਤ ਪਾਵਨ ਹਨ। Right? So only because it pleases Vaheguru Ji, they take birth in human form they take birth in the form of Guru Sahib Ji and give salvation to sinners. Because it pleases Vaheguru Ji, they take birth in the form of Guru Sahib Ji in human form and they give salvation to sinners. Patit udara. Prabhava tapatit udara. Because it pleases Vaheguru Ji, because it pleases Guru Sahib Ji, they give salvation to sinners. आप कर है आपन विचार है, विचार है contemplation, विचारना। आप कर है आपन विचार है। तो विचार है वह ऐसे विस्माद वाहिगुरु जी सतगुरु साहिबान जी ਦੇ ਮਹਾਨ ਪਰਉਪਕਾਰੀ ਧੀਰਜ ਤਾਜ ਸਰਬੱਤ ਦੇ ਭਲੇ ਹਿਤ ਜਿੰਦ ਜਾਨ ਕੁਰਬਾਨ ਕਰਨ ਵਾਲੇ ਪੂਰਨ ਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਸਰੂਪ ਚ ਪ੍ਰਗਟ ਹੋ ਕੇ ਪੱਥਰ ਮਿਰਤਕ ਪਤਿਤ ਪਸ਼ੂ ਨੂੰ ਪ੍ਰੇਤ ਨੂੰ ਤਾਰਨ ਦੀ ਆਪਣੀ ਬ੍ਰਹਮ ਵਿਚਾਰ so the contemplation, the dialogue of pathar mirtak, so like we talked about a person that's mirtak, a person that's dead without the breath, without naam. Pathar, stone-like individuals. Pashu, paret, and then pashu, paret, like people with spirits, and pashu, animals. So people like this. ਆਪਣੀ ਬ੍ਰਹਮ ਵਿਚਾਰ ਆਪ ਹੀ ਵਿਚਾਰਨਾ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਨ। So how giving ਜਿੰਦ ਜਾਨ ਕੁਰਬਾਨ ਕਰਨ ਵਾਲੇ ਪੂਰਨ ਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਸਰੂਪ ਚ ਪ੍ਰਗਟ ਹੋ ਕੇ ਪੱਥਰ ਨੂੰ ਪਤਿਤ ਪੱਥਰ ਮਿਰਤਕ ਪਤਿਤ ਪਸ਼ੂ ਪ੍ਰੇਤ ਨੂੰ ਤਾਰਨ ਦੀ। So the how to give salvation to these, ਆਪਣੀ ਬ੍ਰਹਮ ਵਿਚਾਰ, this dialogue, this discussion ਆਪ ਹੀ ਵਿਚਾਰਨਾ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਨ। So Vaheguruji themselves does the contemplation of giving stone-hearted individuals salvation. So the vichar that takes place of giving these individuals salvation, giving these individuals mukti, taran ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਇੱਥੇ ਹੋ ਰਹੀ ਆ. A beautiful arth that we just didn't write. Once again, Guru Sahib Ji, Panjve Pasha Ji, extreme humility. So Satguru Sahibaan Ji, dasan das garib de hirde ch vas ke. So Guru Ramdas Sahib Ji came inside my heart and is within my heart and does the vichar of making Sri Harmandir Sahib Ji, creating Guru Granth Sahib Ji, right? Talking about Guru Nanak Dev Ji, Guru Angad Dev Ji, Guru Amar Das Ji, Guru Ram Das Ji. So Panjve Pasha is talking about the Guru Sahib Ji is ahead of him and saying that Guru Sahib Ji came into my heart and did the vichar of creating Sri Harmandir Sahib Ji and Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji. So not giving himself any credit that, you know, I created this or created by Sri Darbar Sahib Ji or compiled Guru Granth Sahib Ji. No. Guru Sahib Ji, Guru Ramdas Sahib Maharaj Ji came into my heart and did this vichar themselves. And the third arth here, Karan Karan Prabhu Ek Hai Dusar Nahi Koi, sticking with that theme, that the vichar of creating creation, Rachananu Rachana Palana Lay Kandi vichar. So creating it, sustaining it, and bringing it back within the Prakash Sarup, the vichar of all this, the contemplation of all this, Vaheguruji themselves do this. There's no other. There's no other. Dusar nahi koi. Karan Karan Prabhu Eko hai, dusar nahi koi. Sticking with that theme. All right. Vaheguruji sent themselves to the contemplation of giving stone-hearted individuals salvation. So aap kare, aapan vichar hai. So the vichar of giving mukti, the vichar of creating Guru Granth Sahib Maharaj Ji, Sri Darbar Sahib Ji, the vichar of creating, sustaining, and pulling the creation back within themselves. They themselves do this. Aape kare, aapne vichar hai. All these vicharan they themselves do. There is dusar nahi koi, there is no other. And then keeping with that theme again, that there is no other, doha sirya ka aap swami. Doha, meaning both. Sirya, meaning heads, sirya, like the edges or the corners, well, the heads, sirya, the edges. Probably a better word instead of corners. So one end or the ends, right? So if you have like a piece of paper, the end of this side and the end of that side, both ends, the edges. Doha Siriyan ka, Aap Swami. Aap, they themselves, Swami, owner, Malak. Beautiful earth here. So ਆਪਣੇ ਨਿਰਗੁਣ ਸਰੂਪ ਤੋਂ ਅਸੰਖ ਬ੍ਰਹਮੰਡ ਰੂਪ ਆਪਣੇ ਸਰਗੁਣ ਸਰੂਪ ਨੂੰ ਅਕਸ ਮਾਤਰ ਹੀ ਪ੍ਰਗਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਨ within the blink less than blink of an eye from their nirguna prakash swarup they create countless brahmandas which is the sargun swarup ਇਸ ਨੂੰ ਅਕਸ ਮਾਤਰ ਹੀ ਆਪਣੇ ਨਿਰਗੁਣ ਸਰੂਪ ਚ ਲੀਨ ਕਰ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਨੇ and then within less than a blink of an eye automatically right away they pull all this back within their sargun swarup. So nirgun, sargun, doha siriyan de malak aap hi han. They are the owners of both nirgun and sargun. They themselves are nirgun and sargun. ਭਾਵ ਆਪਣੇ ਸਰਗੁਣ ਸਰੂਪ ਚ ਲਬਾਲਾ ਭਰਪੂਰ ਵਿਆਪਕ ਪ੍ਰਕਾਸ਼ ਕੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਲੇਪ ਰਹਿੰਦੇ ਹਨ. So while vichering, while creating, while sustaining, while pulling back, and while being in their sargun sarup, even Guru Sahib Ji, Guru Gobind Singh Ji cutting off heads, giving shahidiyan of their Sikhs, creating a amrit and making everyone, giving the name Singh and Kaur, Guru Nanak Dev Sahib Ji vichering and all across the globe, having conversations with the Siddhs. Take it even further towards Baba Deep Singh Ji and the Sikhs, but keeping with the Sargar Supa Guru Sahib Ji, they are nirlep, they are unaffected, they have no lekha, they have no account to be called for. So Nirgur Sup Ch Jahan Nirmal Porakho Pate Hota Han, they are pure. Isle Ina Doha Siriyan de Malak Han, they are the Malak, they are the owners of both ends. Vaheguru themselves are the owners, are the Malak of both Nirgun and Sargun. Vaheguru Ji is Nirgun and Sargun. Doha Siriya ka Aap Swami, Khele Big Se Antarjami. So Vaheguru themselves are the owners of both Nirgun and Sargun. There is no other. Karan Prabhu Eko Hai. There's only one Ek. That's the Karan and the Karan, the reason and the doer. Dusar nahi koi, there is no other. Even amongst this, everything is going on. There is no other. It's beauty. Everything is beauty. Everything is beautiful because there is no other. There is no other. And then khil, meaning to play, plays, big sa is joyous, joyful. So big sa, this is how I see big sa, like a flower blooming, taking up space and spreading its beauty. Vegas, like someone is Vigsa, it's like, think of another way we can think of this is, look again, picture Gani Inderji Singh right now, Rakwe Vale, and when they cry, they laugh in Vani. So picture them right now and picture that they they're drinking Namras and they just flowed and they just started grinning and they got a huge grin on their face. So from no grin to full out grin, that is for them, that is big set because they are in Tona, they are lost in Shald. They are, God knows where they are, but like, imagine someone that's lean in Prakash and the whole, what we keep talking about, and they're fully like a lotus flower blooms. big Sah. Antarjami, the one who knows of the inside, nor of emotions, thoughts, feelings, etc. Antarjami, the one that knows of the inside. जिमी जमान के बिखे समस्त एक जोत है न काट है न बाढ़ है न काट बाढ़ होत है. So this line, the reason it's one of my favorite lines is because when I was in Montreal, I used to hear Bade Mahapursha Katha. We used to listen to the Katha all the time. And Sant Baba Garojan Singh Ji Khalsa Printer Kala. So they would sing this line. I could still hear them. Like if I close my eyes right now and I'm listening, I hear their voices like Jimmy, Jamal. I can't even do it. It's so, their voice was so beautiful. Jimmy, Jamal ke bikha samaste ek jot hai, na kaad hai, na baad hai, na kaad baad hot hai. So it's just, it's stuck with me, and that's why it's one of my favorite lines. Because I hear them when I hear this line, I hear their voice. Savani thai ravya aape aade jagade jaka vad partaapo. So Anat Kalavan Puran Nirvana Sanka Nur Prakash Sucham to Sucham, meaning smaller than small, Vade to Vade, bigger than bigger, Jiande Andar Bahar, Sabani Thai, everywhere, Labala Parpur, in every little particle. Labala Parpur means in every, imbued in everything. Vyapak Prakashak Hone Karke, because they are everywhere. Sab de Andar di Janar Bale, they know everyone's inside. Mera antarjami Hare Raya. And Pagri proves this through Gurbani, that they are my antarjami. Who? Hare Raya, my king. Vahiguruji is my antarjami, is antarjami of all. Nirgun to sargun, from prakash to sargun, creation, or Guru Sahib Ji, human form. Sargun to nirgun, from Guru Gobind Singh Ji, from Guru Nanak Dev Ji, back to nirgun. When Siddhs asked Guru Sahib Ji, we're going to disappear. Can you find us? And Guru Sahib Ji found him. And Guru Sahib Ji says, I'm going to disappear. Can you find me? Go ahead, find me. And they couldn't find him. And they asked him, where did you go? He goes, I just put the elements back with the elements. I was right here. So from Sargun back to Nirgun. Sargun to Nirgun. Sarupatandi Khel. So this play that Guru Nanak Dev Sahib Ji played there. So this play, Nu Aap Hi Khel Dehan, they play this game themselves. इतनी बड़ी विस्माद खेल नु खेल के खिड़दे हन, and they are big set. They big us when they play this game. They khirde ne when they play this game. So in English, the Nor of all plays the game of creating. So the Nor of all meaning Antarjami, plays the game of creating Sarguna from a Nirguna. And then back to Nirguna. So the Sarguna goes back to Nirguna themselves. They do this themselves, and they do it with great pleasure. They beg us when they do this. Guru Gobind Singh Ji, मैं हूँ परम पुरख को दासा देखने आयो जग तमाशा. Baba Ajit Singh Ji, Baba Jorawar Singh Ji, no, Baba Ajit Singh Ji, Baba Shujar Singh Ji, my bad, but like Sahibzade, but they Sahibzade, giving Shahidi Guru Gobind Singh Ji, Bole Sonehal, Sat Sri Akal Jakare Afan Jakare. That is Khilla Beg Sayantar Jami. Panjve Pasha Ji about to sit in boiling water. Khilla Beg Sayantar Jami. They're big set. You cannot, Baba. They're six. Forget Guru said. I mean, they are called themselves with. They're six. Baba Mati Das Ji, what's your last wish? My face be towards my Guru. Getting sawed in half. Khilla big sayantar jami. Baba Deep Singh Ji, cutting off heads, getting his head cut off. Khilla big sayantar jami. Always. Mara karpa. All the time. जो पावे सो कार करावे. So जो पावे, whatever pleases, so कार करावे. Right? So whatever Vaheguruji wants, Vaheguruji makes others do. So Vaheguruji makes others do as they wish. But the thing, this puts me into, there is no other, right? There is no other. So Vaheguruji makes others do as they wish. So Vaheguruji is maneuvering themselves, right? They're Sarguna Swarup, the creation, and all that is part of the creation. Vaheguruji is maneuvering themselves. Everything is in hukam. Hukme Uch Neech Bihar, the Bihar, the business of ego and the business of humility. It's Vaheguruji is making it happen. So where's the judgment? Where's the right? Where's the wrong? It's beautiful. It's okay. The depression, the anxiety, chinta bhi aap karaye si, chinta bhi aap. So Vaheguruji themselves give chinta, and Vaheguruji themselves take away and gives their six a chinta, right? So the anxiety and the pulling away of the anxiety, anxiety is beautiful. Non-anxiety is beautiful. What are we going to say? Wherever we may be, it's beautiful. जो पावे सो कार करावे. It's only one thing to do, man. Is to do abhyas. Nothing. There's not. That's it. That's it. Only one thing to do is to get lost and shoved and stay there. But even that, japai sona, Sukhmani said, because Maharaji makes individuals jump, then they jump. Aape gavaita har gun ga, because Maharaj makes individuals sing, they sing. कबीर ना हम किया ना करेंगे ना कर सके शरीर तो क्या जानोगे हर कि पे हो कबीर कबीर. Nor did I do it, nor can I do it, nor will I do it. Whatever has happened, and Maharaj has made it happen, but people say Kabir, Kabir. There is no other. Jo bhave so kar karave. This, I don't know if you guys see this beautiful writing, this red writing, Ravikor. I think you're making these red colors up here. It's it is beautiful. That's a work of art right there. चाहे निर्गुण स्वरूप जी चो असंख जी जंत प्रगट करन, चाहे असंख जी जंत नु निर्गुण स्वरूप च लीन कर लैन. जो कार करनी भावै ਉਹ ਜੀਆਂ ਤੋਂ ਕਰਾਉਂਦੇ ਹਨ. ਭਾਵ ਜਦੋਂ ਰਚਨਾ ਨੂੰ ਆਪਣੇ ਚ ਲੀਨ ਕਰਨੀ ਚਾਹਣ, ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਜੀ ਜੰਤ ਪਹਾੜ ਸੂਰਜ ਚੰਦ ਨਹੀਂ ਰਹਿ ਸਕਦੇ. So when they wish to, जब आकारख कर तो कब हूं तुम मैं मिलत देहतर, when they want that आकारख, then no one can say, oh, I don't want to go, I don't want to get lean. Maharaj pulls it back. Aprokat ਕਾਰਨ ਕਾਰਨ ਸਮਰੱਥ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਨੂੰ ਜੋ ਪਾਉਂਦਾ ਹੈ ਦਸ ਅੰਦਾਸ ਤੋਂ, ਉਹੀ ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਉਚਾਰਨ ਕਥਾ ਕੀਰਤਨ ਕਰਨ ਕਰਾਉਣ ਗੁਰ ਤੀਰਥ ਰਚਨ ਰਚਾਉਣ ਆਦਿ ਅਨੇਕ ਪ੍ਰਕਾਰ ਦੀ ਸ਼ੁਭ ਸੱਚੀ ਗੁਰ ਸੇਵਾ ਕਰਾਉਂਦੇ ਹਨ. Because it is pleasing to Vaheguru Ji, because it is pleasing to them, the creation of Gurbani, katha, doing kirtan, going to tirths, all this type of seva, it's because they want it. That's why it's happened, Guru Sahib Ji saying. ਧੰਨ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਗੁਰੂ ਪਰਮੇਸ਼ਰ ਜੀ ਭਾਣੇ ਲਿਵ ਚ ਲੀਨ ਪ੍ਰਸੰਨ ਹੋ ਕੇ ਆਗਿਆ ਚ ਰਹਿ ਰਹੇ ਹਨ. So Guru Parmeshwar ਭਾਣੇ ਚ ਲੀਨ, they're staying in will and they're khide in will. big sat in a well, and they stay in Agya. Kabir kukar ram ko mutiya mero nao gale hamare jewri jaha khinchata hai jao. I am the he says I am the dog of Ram. My name is Mutia, and wherever and I have a dog collar around my neck. Jaha khinchata hai jao. Wherever Guru Sahib Ji pulls me, that's where I go. Right? The whole world is like that. The whole world flows in Maharaj's hukam. So Pasha so pate saho saha pate sahebo nanak rahana rajai jaha baisa lahe taha baisa swami. Wherever you make me sit, Swami, that's where I sit. Jaha pe jahe taha java. Wherever you send me, I go. Vaheguru Ji makes others do as they wish, but yet there is no other. I don't know, man. The beautiful thing about Artha is getting into a contemplative state and then doing a vyas. Maybe one of the things. Nanak drishti avaram. So dusar, this is pretty much dusar nahi koi. Nanak Guru Sahib Ji drishti sight avaro other no ave kam. So English right first. Guru Sahib Ji stating, in my sight I see no other capable of giving salvation to stone-hearted people and remaining unaffected, meaning natleb, while creating and pulling back the creation into themselves. So there is no other. Nanak dusar nahi koi, nanak drishti avaronav hai. I see no other capable of this. Why? Because there is no other. Guru, there's only one. Mehervan Sahib, Mehervan Sahib, Mera Mehervan Ji, Sagala ko de Dan, Guru Nanak de Sahib Maharaji Tarna Gagan Navakhand Meh Jote Swarupi Rahe Pare Pane Mathura. Kachupe Mathura Ji says, Kachupe, there is no difference. Guru Arjuna Partakhe Hare. Parshuri Mala Panjaji Formode Han Gosai, Partap Tohara Dita, Him Maharaj. I see your Partap, I see it. Karn Karan, Karn Karavan, Upai Samavan. Sagala Chatar Pate Bita. Dasan Das di Nazar te Vaheguru Satguru Sahib Ji to bina और कोई पत्थरा मृतका नूतान तराun. So stone-hearted individuals, people that are dead, meaning people without simran, people without bani. Utpati palana laita kardeya, sustaining palana, utpati creation, palana sustaining laita, destroying, pulling back, kardeya. Nale par rehn wale, yet remaining unaffected nahi honda. There is no other. I don't see anyone that's capable of this beside you, Maharaj. Dasan Das di nazar ch, without Guru Sahib Ji, ਹੋਰ ਕੋਈ ਪੱਥਰਾਂ ਮਿਰਤਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਤਾਨ ਤਰਾਉਣ ਉਤਪਤੀ ਪਾਲਣ ਲੈਤਾ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਨਿਰਲੇਪ ਰਹਿਣ ਵਾਲਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਪਾਰ ਬ੍ਰਹਮ ਪ੍ਰਭੂ ਦ੍ਰਿਸ਼ਟੀ ਆਇਆ ਪੂਰਨ ਅਗਮ ਬਿਸਮਾਦ ਬਿਸਮਨ ਬਿਸਮ ਪੈ ਬਿਸਮਾਦ so yeah man Mara Kirpa there is I don't know yeah Gurprasad लोको करण कारण प्रभु एक है दूसर नाही कोई नानक तिस बलिहारण जल थल महियल सोय अष्टपदी ਕਰਨ ਕਰਾਵਨ ਕਰਨੈ ਜੋਗੋ ਜੋ ਤਿਸ ਭਾਵੈ ਸੋਈ ਹੋਗੋ ਖਿਨ ਮਹਿ ਥਾਪਿਓ ਥਾਪਨ ਹਾਰਾ ਅੰਤ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਿਛੋ ਪਾਰਾ ਵਾਰਾ ਹੁਕਮੇ ਧਾਰ ਅਤਰ ਰਹਾਵੈ हुक्मे उपजय हुक्मे समावै हुक्मे ऊंच नीच व्यवहार हुक्मे अनेक रंग परकार कर कर देखे अपनी वडियाई नानक सब मह रह आसमाई प्रभ भावै मानुख गाते पावै प्रभ भावै ਤਾਂ ਪਾਥਰ ਤਰਾਵੈ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਭਾਵੈ ਬਿਨ ਸਾਸ ਤੇ ਰਾਖੈ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਭਾਵੈ ਤਾਂ ਹਰ ਗੁਣ ਭਾਖੈ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਭਾਵੈ ਤਾਂ ਪਤਿਤ ਉਧਾਰੈ ਆਪੇ ਕਰੈ ਆਪਨ ਵਿਚਾਰੈ ਦੁਹਾਂ ਸਿਰਿਆਂ ਕਾ ਆਪੇ ਸੁਆਮੀ ਖੇਲੇ ਬਿਗਸੈ ਅੰਤਰ ਜਾਮੀ ਜੋ ਭਾਵੈ ਸੋ ਕਾਰ ਕਰਾਵੈ ਨਾਨਕ ਦ੍ਰਿਸ਼ਟੀ ਅਵਰੁ ਨ ਆਵੈ and today ਉਹ ਮਾਨੁਖ ਤੇ ਕਿਆ ਹੋਇਆ ਵੈ ਜੋ ਤਿਸੋ ਭਾਵੈ ਸੋਈ ਕਰਾਵੈ ਇਸਕੇ ਹਾਥੇ ਹੋਏ ਤਾਂ ਸਭ ਕਿਛੁ ਲੇ ਜੋ ਤਿਸੋ ਭਾਵੈ ਸੋਈ ਕਰੇ ਅਨਜਾਨਤ ਵਿਖਿਆ ਮਹਿ ਰਚੈ ਜੇ ਜਾਣਤ ਆਪਨ ਆਪ ਬਚੈ ਪਰ ਮੈਂ ਭੂਲਾ ਦਹ ਦਿਸ ਧਾਵੈ ਨਿਮਖ ਮਾਹਿ ਚਾਰੇ ਕੁੰਟ ਫਿਰੇ ਆਵੈ ਕਰ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਜਿਸੋ ਆਪਣੀ ਭਗਤੇ ਦੇ ਨਾਨਕ ਤੇ ਜਨ ਨਾਮ ਮਿਲੇ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ So guys, let's just go over last week a little bit. ਪ੍ਰਭ ਭਾਵੈ ਮਾਨੁਖ ਗਾਤੇ ਪਾਵੈ ਬਈ Guru Nanak Dev Sahib Ji desires that the person that has ego, the manuk, that he or she obtains salvation. Arth 1. Arth 2, whichever human finds Guru Sahib Ji pleasing, he or she obtains salvation. Prabh bhavai ta pathar taravai. So we talked about Panja Sahib here. And then once a stone-hearted person finds Guru Sahib Ji's will, Guru Sahib Ji's praise, Guru Sahib Ji's sight pleasing, then Guru Sahib Ji gives them salvation as well. ਜਿਹੜਾ ਵੀ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਜੀ ਨੂੰ ਭਾ ਜਾਵੇ ਸੋ ਪੱਥਰ ਦਿਲ ਜੀਵ ਨੂੰ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬਾਨ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਦਰਸ਼ਨ ਆ ਭਾਣਾ ਆ ਜਾਂ ਭਾਵੇ ਤਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਉਸ ਨੂੰ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਜੀ ਤਰਾਉਂਦੇ ਹਨ ਜਾਂ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਜੀ ਨੂੰ ਭਾਉਂਦਾ ਹੈ and then we talked about Panja Sahib like Maharaj gave salvation there mukti to pathars as well. ਪ੍ਰਭ ਭਾਵੈ ਬਿਨੋ ਸਾਸ ਤੇ ਰਾਖੈ. So a person is considered dead or she or he does not do Simran. It pleased. So I think we've changed this up around. So if you guys want to write this. It pleased Vaheguru Ji. So Guru Sahib Ji took birth to save everyone from vikars. Save everyone from everything, vikars, etc. Everything. How? By blessing the world with loving devotion of Gurbani. So Maharaj gave Gurbani. So the person without sas, without simran, that's what we're saying sas is here, without breath, without the breath of simran. A person that does not have simran, they're considered dead. Please Vaheguru Ji, so Guru Sahib Ji took birth to save everyone from the clouds, etc. by blessing the world with loving devotion of Gurbani. It pleased Vaheguru Ji. So Guru Sahib Ji took birth to save everyone by blessing them with Prema Bhakti of Guru Granth Sahib Maharaj Ji. Prabhavai ta har gun pakh hai. So we've done these arths, 2 of them. The third arth we'll talk about a little bit more. If a person sings the praises of Vaheguru Ji, only then he or she is pleasing to Vaheguru Ji. 1. 2. A person sings the praise of Vaheguru Ji only because it is pleasing to Vaheguru Ji. So a person can't sing the praise of Vaheguruji if Vaheguruji doesn't want that to happen? So Maharaj is the one that gives us Naam. Maharaj is the one that allows us to jap Naam. And Maharaj is also the one that's pleased when the Naam is japped. And eventually we come to the realization that Maharaj is the one that actually japped the Naam as well. So this next arth is of both lines above. So this is for Prabhava bino saas te rakhe, Prabhava ta har gun pakhe. Right? So if a devotee finds Guru Sahib pleasing, then the devotee obeys the command and sings the virtues of Guru Sahib. So once we find Guru Sahib pleasing, start to sing Bani. We start to sing the praises of Guru Sahib. By singing the praises of Vaheguruji, Vaheguru Mantar, Gurbani Ji over and over and over and over, the person that does this over and over and over dies from the breath of vikar and unfortunate deeds, from made karma, from putte karma and vikar. So vikar eventually starts to fade away in these individuals. So that's how prabhava bino saas te rakhe. So the saas, the breath that we're talking about here is the breath of vikar. Prabhava bino saas te rakhe. So Maharaj keeps us from the breath of unfortunate deeds, from the breath of vikar. That's what we're trying to grasp here. And then it pleases Guru Sahib Ji to save the individual from sin, from multiple life cycles, from unfortunate deeds. So, Prabhava, if a devotee finds Guru Sahib Ji pleasing, then the devotee ta hargun pakhe, obeys the command and sings the virtues of Guru Sahib Ji. And then by jumping Naam over and over and over and over and over and over again, the person that does this, the person that japs Naam, dies from the breath of vikar. So the vikar dies within the individual. Kam, krodh, lobh, moh, hankar, chugli, ninda, ogan, hatred, slander, or other people slandering you, and the heart not shaking and the heart not moving, and it's just, it doesn't matter. It does not matter at all. The person dies from all this. And then it is pleasing. It pleases Guru Sahib Ji to save this individual from multiple life cycles and unfortunate deeds. Prabhava ta har gun pakhe. So this is the arth that we wrote for this here. So you guys please write this arth here. Or you could keep any of these two as well, whatever you want to flow with. But this here is for both lines when you combine both lines. And this is just for this line. And then the above arth was just for the above line. But if we combine them, we could come up with this arth as well. Prabhupada tapate to dare. Only because it pleases Vaheguruji, they take birth in the form of Guru Sahib Ji and give salvation to sinners. Apanutharyan Maharaj is making us walk on the path of dharma, of mukti, all that kind of stuff. Aape kare apan vichar hai. Vaheguruji themselves do the contemplation of giving stone-hearted individuals salvation. So a vichar, the Brahm vichar that takes, the Maharaj does, they're going to bring Guru Granth Sahib Ji down, give it to the sansar. The vichar of it coming and flourishing and giving mukti to everyone. This Brahm vichar that takes place, Vaheguruji themselves do this contemplation to give these individuals mukti. Doha sirya kaha pe Swami. So they are nirgun, they are sargun, they are the owner of both because they are both. From nirgun to sargun, from sargun back to nirgun, they play, they khel, they play, and they big set, they enjoy like a lotus flower, biggest, like opening up. Antarjami, they know the inside of all because they are everything. The Nirguna knows the Sarguna. The Sarguna is the form of the Nirguna. Khel hai big sa Antarjami. Jo paavai so कार करावै. Vaheguru makes others do as they wish. Nanak Drishti Avaranave. So Guru Sahib is stating, there's no one else that comes into the drishti, into the sight, Guru Sahib is saying, Avaranave, that can give, capable of giving salvation to stone-hearted people, remaining unaffected while creating and pulling back the creation into themselves, remaining nirlep amongst all this. And now we will go on to today. Kaho manukte kya hoya hai? I don't know why. I'm just doing it this way instead of copying from one screen to the other. You have it in front of you today, and we're just going to talk about it. Kaho manukte kya hoya hai? Speak. Daso, tell me. Manukte, from the human, kya hoye hai? What can come? What can come from a human? ਹੰਕਾਰੀ ਦੀ ਹੰਤਾ ਮੇਟਣ ਲਈ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਨਾਲ ਮੇਲਣ ਲਈ, ਅਕਿਰਤ ਘਣ ਦਾ ਦੋਸ਼ ਮੇਟਣ ਲਈ, ਪਰਜਾ ਨੂੰ ਦੁੱਖ ਦੇਣ ਤੋਂ ਹਟਾ ਕੇ ਇਸ ਦੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਲਈ ਸਰਵਵਿਆਪੀ ਵਿਸਮਾਦ ਉਪਦੇਸ਼ ਬਖਸ਼ਦੇ ਹਨ। ਬੈਰ ਵਿਰੋਧ ਕਾਮ ਕ੍ਰੋਧ ਮੋਹ ਝੂਠ ਵਿਕਾਰ ਮਹਾ ਲੋਭ ਤਰੋ ਹੋਇਆ ਹਉ ਜੁਗਤ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਨੇਕਈ ਜਨਮ ਨਾਨਕ ਰਾਖ ਲੈ ਹੋ ਆਪਨ ਕਾਰੇ ਕਰਮ ਔਗਣਾ ਵਿਕਾਰਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਸੀਕਾਰ हर के नामहीन बेताल गुरु परमेश्वर जी तो बेमुख गुरु प्रेम भगति रहत निगुरे मानुख तो दसो की चंगा काम हो आवे। Gurbani ji, without the name of the Lord, the mortal is a ghost. What can a guruless human do without loving devotion, without prema bhakti? What can a human do? Because they are vasikar, they are under the control of Avgan, they are under the control of Vikar. Har ke naamheen betal, without naam, they are ghost-like. They are ghost. Guru Parameswar Ji to Vemuk, the one with their faces away from Guru Sahib Ji. Guru Prema Bhakti, Ret, without loving devotion, the Gure, without a Guru. What can a human do? ठीक है जी, कहो मान उक्ते क्या होया है. And then Bhagavad writes, Jo teso pave soi karave. Whatever, jo vi, teso pave, whatever is pleasing to this person, this manok, him or her. Soi that karave makes others do. Karave is to karonda, right? To make someone else do something. Kare is you do yourself. Karave is to make someone else do. But here, what we're going to talk about is the individual makes, for example, the human. I take me, for example, and get to live in this human body, the color and deep for a bit. So this thing here, it makes the senses and the body do things. So karava, so the man karava makes this body do things and makes the senses do things. Guru Sahib Ji to ve mukh, this jeev nu jo paunda hai, ohi apne indriyan de vikar karma, sarir to zor zulm putthe karma karaunda hai. Sange sahai suave na cheete jo baraita se uparit. right? भावै मार्ग टेढ़ा चलना सीधा छोड़े अपूठा बनना. So, without loving devotion towards Guru Sahib Ji, this human does with his or her body and senses as he or she wishes. And what are we talking about? We're talking about unfortunate deeds. We're talking about vikari karma. The Lord, our help and support is always with Gurbani Ji. Not too sure of the translations. This is taken from Sikhi to the Max. So these English translations. The Lord, our help and support is always with us, but the mortal does not remember him. He shows love to his enemies. Enemies meaning kam, krodh, lobh, moh, hankar. Enemies meaning other enemies too. I mean, might be physical enemies, but what we're touching upon here is the human does with his or her body and senses as he or she wishes. So moving away from Gurmat, the mindset of the Guru, of Guru Sahib Maharaj Ji, and going to Manamat, the mindset of the Man. The Man says, stay in bed an extra couple of hours, just sleep it off. It's okay. I mean, unless you really need to, but I'm talking normal situation. I'm not talking if someone's in anxiety or depression or anything like that. But if someone, you know what, you need more sleep, just sleep away. So sleeping away, eating foods that aren't going to be beneficial for abhyas in the morning or whenever. Not taking care of our bodies physically and making it weak, so it's hard for us to sit in abhyas anyways. Not striving towards our goal of prema bhakti, right? So without loving devotion towards Guru Sahib Ji, without prema bhakti, this human does with his or her body and senses as he or she wishes. Unfortunate deeds take on Madekam, Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, Hankar. It allows the eyes to gaze. It allows all the senses to go wherever the senses please. Versus being a peredar over the senses. Versus having a watchful eye over all the senses. Saki, I always like to talk about the only Saki that I actually remember. There was a dialogue that took place, I believe, between Jahangir and Sai Mian Mir Ji. And it was about Guru Arjan Dev Sahib Maharaj Ji and the Shahidi and all that kind of stuff. It took place around that. But it got to a point where the conversation went to how much control does a Sant have? What can a Sant do? Well, how does a Sant live? Well, you go, well, if there's a manja, if there's a bed, and say there's a mouse under the bed, and there's a person standing on top of the soti, and the mouse tries to run out the bed, and the person in all four directions keeps hitting like the soti on the ground and not let the mouse escape. That's how much control they have over their thoughts. So not releasing thought unless they want to. Doing that much better. Having that much better, I already know what to say in English, but having that much control, a watchful eye over their man, not releasing thoughts unless they want to. But we're talking about a Sant here. I mean, wherever we may be, that's Marakirpatu, right? Thoughts come up, thoughts arise, and that's okay. And let it be. As long as we don't act on the thoughts that are vikari, right? That's another place we should take this as well. Like, yeah, thoughts are gonna come. We're reading Bani, thoughts come, unfortunate thoughts may come, but not taking action on these types of thoughts and letting them pass and going back to Shabda. So without loving devotion towards Guru Sahib, this human does with his or her body as he or she wishes. Taste of the tongue, ego, being happy, excessive happiness, vikar, excessive sleep are this human's enemy. So these are just some of my notes. I took some of Pagji's wording from up top and I just kind of interpreting it into what I think it means. the human falls prey to these and becomes filled with physical and mental diseases. So physical and mental disease comes from loosening up the senses, loosening up, allowing the body to let go, allowing the man, the indre to let go. So the human falls prey to these and becomes filled with physical and mental diseases. And maybe some of the root causes of our anxieties and depressions as well. Looking with lustful eye, listening to Vikari film music and dialogue, doing his or her own praise and becoming happy when others do it. So when someone praises us, being happy with that. And doing our own praise ourselves as well. And getting kind of like a satisfaction out of that. That little satisfaction, that's unfortunate as well. But hey, it's a human condition, and it's a body, right? It's a spectrum, and wherever we may be, that's mara kirpa too. Just keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. Sometimes you gotta take 2 steps back, but we keep moving forward. Gurprasad. Iska haath hoita sab ke chale. Iska, this person's. Iska, is they. Haath means hand hoy. Meaning if something was in this person's control, iska haath hoy. Then sabo, all get your things, le, take, or steal. Pagji writes ko here, to steal. Este hathwas hoye ta ehe pashahiyan sab ke hi ho lave. If it was in this human's hands, he would steal everything, kingships and everything. If it was in this human's hands, he or she would steal everything, kingships and everything. That's what he or she pleases, but doesn't have full control. Because if this individual had full control, my God, someone like me should not have control. Jo te supave soi kare, whatever, this or them. We're talking about the person, him or her, like the person. Pave pleases, soi, ohi, that, kare, it does, right? So whatever this human wishes, he or she does. Let's the Indras go where they may. If the man says, let's go get this, let's picks up the body and runs off. Even though it might not be beneficial for it. Jo tis nu pave, ohi man paundiyan karda hai. So right, Pagji writes here man paundiyan, whatever the man says. Harnak Shavang apne aap nu Rabb ji kaha ke nirdosh jiyan nu dukh dinda hai. Like Harnaksh called himself God, and this individual does the same. And people that are that don't have anything to do with anything gives them dukh. Innocent people, gives innocent people dukh. Right? It also gives dukh to its own self, right? Like kind of making our own dukh, in the sense that we're feeding ourselves things we know. We keep going, it's gonna harm us, and we're not gonna be able to physically move our bodies how we should, but we still do it. All right. So it's like, there's a line in Gurbani, Pagji writes this, I think a few lines down, that the person took an axe and he's about to chop wood and he cuts his own foot. Right? Cuts his own foot. Hits the axe down but cuts his own foot. Whatever this individual wishes, he or she does. Anajanat Bhikhya Maharaja. Anajanat, without knowing, na janadaya, right? Janat means to know, an means without knowing. Bhikhya means poison. Jar, within Racha imbues himself, herself, Racha Janda becomes one with it, like really gets into it within this poison. ਜਿਵੇਂ ਮੱਛੀ ਲੋਹੇ ਦੀ ਕੁੰਡੀ ਨਿਕਲਦੀ ਹੈ ਬਾਂਦਰ ਚਨਿਆਂ ਦੀ ਮੁੱਠੀ ਲਈ ਹਾਥਣੀ ਲਈ ਫਸਦਾ ਹੈ ਤਿਵੇਂ ਗੁਰੂ ਪਰਮੇਸ਼ਰ ਜੀ ਤੋਂ ਬੇਮੁਖ ਮਹਾਮੂਰਖ ਗੁਰੂ ਭਗਤੀ ਹੀਣ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਨੂੰ ਹਾਜ਼ਰ ਨਾ ਜਾਣਦੇ ਆ ਸੋ understanding they don't think ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ is present ਵਿਸ਼ਿਆਂ ਮੰਦ ਕਰਮਾਂ ਰੋਗਾਂ ਭੋਗਾਂ ਜਮਾ ਜੁਮਾ ਦੇ ਕਸ਼ਟਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਨਾ ਜਾਣਦੇ ਆ so not understanding Vishay, unfortunate deeds, diseases, lustful actions, the path of Jam, when the Jam come, and the path of different Juna, not knowing this, not janadya. Zaid rupi Vishay Vikarancha, Rom Nom Karke Racha Janta hai. This person gets imbued in all this. Vikhyanu mithi manda hai. Thinks this is sweet. Mithi kar karke Vikhya khai. So he eats Vikar. By indulging in it, like it's so sweet. Mithi kar karke thinks it's sweet. Bhikhya khai, eats vikar. Like the straw, Gurbani ji here, like the straw figure of a female elephant fashioned to trap the bull elephant. Oh, crazy mind, the Lord of the universe has staged the drama of this world. Attracted by the lure of sexual desire, the elephant is captured. Oh, my crazy mind. And now the halter is placed around its neck. So this here is an example of how elephants are caught. So I guess it's saying that there's a straw-like figure of a female elephant, and then the male elephant comes because of sexual desire, gets attracted, and then this is how they capture it. And then Manaborare, Ankas Sehosis, and then Ankas Sehosis. Ankas, I believe, is a stick, a metal stick, and then Sehosis means head. Seho means takes on, like the male elephant's head gets hit now, gets captured, and then his head gets hit, and meaning that they could move him in any direction they want. They've captured him. So escape from corruption and immerse yourself in the Lord. Take this advice, O crazy mind. You have not meditated fearlessly on the Lord, O my crazy mind. You have not embarked upon the Lord's boat, right? Another example. The monkey stretches out its hand. O crazy mind takes a handful of, I believe is another, I don't know, I'm not sure if it's corn. I believe it's just grain. But now unable to escape, oh my crazy mind, oh crazy mind, it is made to dance door to door, right? So right? So they capture, this is how a monkey is captured. So for example, if there's a dunga and the size of the dunga is small enough where the elephant could put his or her hand the monkey puts his or her hand inside this bowl, and then there's like a grain inside the bowl, or chole, chickpeas inside the bowl, and then the monkey grabs a mutti, so it grabs, like makes a fist, and then tries to pull his hand out or her hand out, but it can't, because he's got to let go, she's got to let go, and then the hand can escape. And in that amount of time, the monkey gets caught. That's how they catch monkeys, I guess. So because of greed, the monkey cannot let go of a bit of grain and then gets trapped. So the monkey stretches out its hand, oh crazy mind, and takes a handful of corn, now unable to escape because can't let go of the chole, of the chickpeas. Oh my crazy mind, is made to dance door to door. That's caught. Like the parrot caught in the trap, oh my crazy mind, you are trapped in the affairs of Maya. Like the weak dye of a safflower, oh my crazy mind, so is the expanse of the world of form and substance. So Jaisa rang kusum kha man bora re te upasre upasar, right? So it's like the color, it's fading. It's all fading. That's how this pasar is. That's how whatever we see, it's all fading. So like a fish gets caught, the up, like a fish gets caught by a hook, like a monkey gets caught by a handful of chickpeas, like a male elephant gets caught by the lure of a female elephant. The human without loving devotion towards Guru Sahib Ji unknowingly gets caught in poisonous vikars. He or she thinks the vikars are sweet, right? So it does not, this, because it's unknowing, a person does not have the information, the knowledge that there are many, that we've come from. Very many houses like these. When I came out of mother's wombs before, there are many Junes waiting for us if we, I was about to swear there, if we yeah, if we, you know what I mean, if we don't get on track, right? There are many lives waiting for us. We've come from many lives, many different Juna, the many multiple diseases we've probably had in multiple different life forms. We've been Kam Karo, Lom, Ahankar, we've been lost in these pleasures in multiple lifetimes. We've done multiple deeds, unfortunate deeds in multiple lifetimes. We finally got this human form, but because we are anjan, right? Because we don't have Guru Granth Sahib Ji, or we're not vicharing Guru Granth Sahib, I don't know why. Maybe we vichar it, we might not grasp it. Who knows? I don't know. But the arth is unknowingly we get we caught in these poisonous vikars. We think these vikars are sweet. Anjanat bekhya mehraja. Over and over and over and over and over again. But that's the battle, right? That's our battle. So let's fight it, Mara Karpa, let's fight it. ठीक है जी जे जानत आपन आपच if janat, jana means to know, to understand. Apan aap, he himself or her herself. Apan aap. Apan, Punjabi de vich apan aap we could leave it separate. In English just do it together. Apan aap, he himself or her herself. Bacha, save, right? If this human were to understand Vaheguru to be ever present, Gurbani, he hears and sees everything. How can anyone deny him? Then he or she would save himself from these poisonous vakars. Je Vaheguru ji nu sab kich chhodda vekhda kyun mukkare paya jaye? Guru mera sange sada hai nale, semare teso sada samale. Je hazar nazar jaanda hove ਤਾਂ ਜ਼ਹਿ ਰੂਪ ਏਡਜ਼ ਆਦਿ ਬਿਮਾਰੀਆਂ ਦਾ ਕਾਰਨ ਵਿਸ਼ਿਆਂ ਮੰਦ ਕਰਮਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਆਪਨ ਆਪ ਬਚ ਜਾਵੇ if in our daily life we see Guru Sahib Ji with us, it would save us from a lot of vikari karma. And not only that, not would it save us from vikari karma, it would put us in a place of chardi kalaness. Because you can't be down either then. You're not only trying to save yourself, you're not only defensive, you're offensive too. You're like, Your chardi kala, your mind is set is strong. You're not, you move towards fearful things that scare you. Your trajectory is different. You move towards things that you're afraid of. And then when you do that, you're like, okay, that wasn't that bad. And you overcome them. Even though you're scared, you still go. Why? Gur mere sange sada hai man. Sab kuch sunda vekhda. He sees and hears everything. How can anyone deny him? So if you were to understand this perspective, live in this perspective, Mara Kirpa, then this individual would save himself or herself from these powers. But parame pula dahade se tava, parame in doubt. Parama. I believe they say there are 5 different types of doubt, 5 different types of param. Don't have the information right now, but Udla, forgotten. Daha. Daha means to be burned, and Daha means 10. Sarya. Yaddase. Dese, in directions. Dishacha. Tava runs dorda. Satguru Sahib da hukam mannan to pula. Sakat. कुसंगत महापापा औगणा विकारां जमा च मन बाणी सीन करके भरम रहा सड़िया दसे दिशा च दौड़दा है. Forgetting Guru Sahib's command, this person burnt by doubt roams from life to life in all 10 directions. Roams in sin, vikar, unfortunate deeds, sangat that takes away one from Guru Sahib, takes away one from Guru Sahib Ji. So bad sangat. Right, so lost, burnt in doubt, forgetting Guru Sahib Ji's hukam. And this person burned, like just meaning lost, extremely lost, blind in doubt. Roams in paap. Roams in vikar, roams is ogana, roams from life to life in all directions. This is the Sikhya, this is the teaching. I always just say, like, people don't understand. Like, this information isn't out there. I always should say, like, if only people understood that the harms of looking with lustful eyes, if only people were to understand. Eating foods that aren't good for, if only people were to understand what it does. It's like people don't understand. This information isn't out there. The path to Namras, the path to Dharma. These are the things we got to be careful of. Parme pula daha dese tave. And then Nimak mahe chare konte phire ave. Nimak, the time it takes to blink an eye, akmi chane de samajhe. Mehe, within that time. Nimak mahe. Chare konte means the 4 directions, north, south, east, west. Phire ave. Phir means to roam. Phir means to go and come back. Go and come, pretty much. Phire ave. Like, go and come back within a blink of an eye. Akmichan de samacha, uttar dakhan purv pacham, char disha cha phire aunda hai. This person roams all 4 directions within a blink of an eye. Wealth is temporary. Conscious existence is temporary. Hopes of all sorts are temporary. The bond of love, attachment, ego, doubt, maya, and the pollution of corruption are temporary. The mortal passes through the fire of the womb and reincarnation countless times. She does not remember the Lord in meditation. His understanding is polluted. O Lord of the universe, when you grant your grace, even the sinners are saved. And Guru Nanak Dev Sahib Ji Maharaj Ji asked, Maharaj, give me Sangat, or this English arth, maybe it's Nanak dwells in Sadh Sangat, the company of the holy. I'm not sure. I have to I'm not sure if this is the Arthur Maharaj. Hey Gobind Kartamaya. Hey Vahiguruji, do your kirpa Nanak Patita Dharana Sadh Sangaha. Save me in Sangata. Sometimes the soul soars high in the heavens and sometimes it falls to the depths of the nether regions. The greedy soul does not remain stable. It searches in all four directions. This person roams all four directions within a blink of an eye. Sometimes someone is here, sometimes someone goes. It's a cycle. It's a cycle, man. We've all been here before, Mara Kirpa. All been here before. Not the first time. Nimak mahe chare konta fereya. कर कृपा जिसो अपनी भगते दे करे do मारा करो कृपा करके जिस whoever जिस नु भी अपनी their own अपनी भगते devotional worship प्रेमा भक्ति विस्माद प्रेमा भक्ति दे give बख्श दे हन कर कृपा जिसो अपनी भगते दे या Nanak Guru Arjan Dev Sahib Maharaj Ji, te jan, those jans, those lovers, those devotees, pyare Bhagat Ji, those Bhagats, naam mile, they merge, they get naam, ajapajap, Bhagat Ji translates naam, ajapajap here, asank prakash roop, pura mirvan Vaheguru Ji mile mila, to obtain to mela. So Panj Pasha is saying, Beno Satgur Seve, Bahota Dukh Laga, Jug Chare Parmai, Ham Deen Tum Jug Jug Date, Sabde Deh Bujai, Fet Pravaya, Parya Tau Sarnae, Nanak Ki Prabha Benati, Apani Pagati Lae, Gursevak Simran Prema Bhakti Mangan Wale, Jisu Premi Te Apani, Sarvyapi Antakalvan Vismad Kirpa Karke, Satguru Sahib Ji Vismad Prema Bhakti. Vaheguru Ajapajap Baksh de Han. So remember, Guru Sahib Ji gives a Japajap too. Te Oho Pyare Bhagat Ji nu Ajapajap Sata Santokh Anant Shubhgana de Ant Kalavan Asank Prakash Puran Mirvan Vaheguru Ji ch mila lende han. O agge milaunde han. Right? So Panj Pasha is stating, upon whom Guru Sahib Ji blesses his devotional worship and seva, that person obtains Nam along with multiple virtues and merges within Vaheguru Ji, right? So upon whoever Guru Sahib Ji blesses Prema Bhakti and Seva, that person obtains Nam. So how is Nam obtained? Gur Prasad, 100% first of all. But Maharaj gives Prema Bhakti and Seva to these individuals. That person obtains Nam, but not, along with Nam comes Sata, Santokh, Daya, Taram, Vichar, multiple virtues. And then this person, as they keep walking on the path of Nam, merges within Vaheguru Ji. Then that person, you could think of Bhagajis of the world, you could think of Sadhu Baba Gurbachan Singh Ji of the world, Rampur, Khede, Mahapurush, Baba Sundar Singh Ji, Sant Baba Gurbachan Singh Ji, Pindar Kala, Baba Nand Singh Ji, Kalera, Baba Dev Singh Ji, Bhai Mani Singh Sahib Ji, Bhai Taru Ji, all the Mahapurushas of the world. That person then assists others in meeting Vaheguru Ji as well. Nanak Tejan Naam Mile. Gur Prasad, Top Prasad, Sant Prasad. मोर प्रसाद जप आद सच जुगाद सच है पी सच नानक होसी पी सच सलोको करण कारण प्रभु एक है दूसर नाही कोय नानक दस बलिहारण जाले थाले महियाले सोए असट पदी ਕਰਨ ਕਰਾਵਨ ਕਰਨੈ ਜੋਗੋ ਜੋ ਤਿਸੁ ਭਾਵੈ ਸੋਈ ਹੋਗੋ ਖਿਨ ਮਹਿ ਥਾਪੇ ਉਥਾਪਨ ਹਾਰਾ ਅੰਤੋ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੇਛੋ ਪਾਰਾ ਵਾਰਾ ਹੁਕਮੇ ਧਾਰੇ ਅਤਰ ਰਹਾਵੈ ਹੁਕਮੇ ਉਪਜੈ ਹੁਕਮੇ ਸਮਾਵੈ ਹੁਕਮੇ ਊਚ ਨੀਚ ਵਿਵਹਾਰ ਹੁਕਮੇ ਅਨੇਕ ਰੰਗ ਪ੍ਰਕਾਰ ਕਰ ਕਰ ਦੇਖੈ ਆਪਣੀ ਵਡਿਆਈ ਨਾਨਕ ਸਭ ਮਹਿ ਰਹਿਆ ਸਮਾਈ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਭਾਵੈ ਮਾਨੁਖ ਗਤਿ ਪਾਵੈ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਭਾਵੈ ਤਾ ਪਾਥਰ ਤਰਾਵੈ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਭਾਵੈ ਮੈਨੋ ਸਾਸ ਤੇ ਰਾਖੈ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਭਾਵੈ ਤਾ ਹਰਿ ਗੁਣ ਭਾਖੈ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਭਾਵੈ ਤਾ ਪਤਿ ਤੁਧਾਰੈ ਆਪੇ ਕਰੈ ਆਪਨ ਵਿਚਾਰੈ ਦੁਹਾ ਸਿਰਿਆ ਕਾ ਆਪੇ ਸੁਆਮੀ ਖੇਲੇ ਬਿਗਸੈ ਅੰਤਰ ਜਾਮੀ ਜੋ ਭਾਵੈ ਸੋ ਕਾਰ ਕਰਾਵੈ ਨਾਨਕ ਦ੍ਰਿਸ਼ਟੀ ਅਵਰੋ ਨ ਆਵੈ ਕਹੋ ਮਾਨੁਖ ਤੇ ਕਿਆ ਹੋਏ ਆਵੈ ਜੋ ਤਿਸੁ ਭਾਵੈ ਸੋਈ ਕਰਾਵੈ ਇਸ ਕੈ ਹਾਥ ਹੋਏ ਤਾਂ ਸਭ ਕੇ ਛੁੱਲੇ ਇਹ ਜੋ ਤਿਸੁ ਭਾਵੈ ਸੋਈ ਕਰੇ ਇਹ ਅਨਜਾਨਤ ਵੇਖਿਆ ਮਹਿ ਰਚੈ ਹਾਹਿਨ ਸਰੀ ਹੈ ਮਹਿ ਰਚੈ ਜੇ ਜਾਣਤ ਆਪਨ ਆਪ ਬਚੈ ਭਰਵੇਂ ਭੂਲਾ ਦਹ ਦਿਸੇ ਧਾਵੈ ਨਿਮਖ ਮਾਹਿ ਚਾਰੇ ਕੁੰਟ ਫੇਰੇ ਆਵੈ ਕਰ ਕਰੇ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਜਿਸੋ ਆਪਣੀ ਭਗਤ ਦੇ ਇਹ ਨਾਨਕ ਤੇ ਜਨ ਨਾਮ ਮਿਲੇ ਖਿਨ ਮਹਿ ਨੀਚ ਕੀਟ ਕੋ ਰਾਜ This is today's par Brahm Garib Nivaj ਜਾ ਕਾ ਦ੍ਰਿਸ਼ਟ ਕਛੂ ਨ ਆਵੈ ਤਿਸੋ ਤਤਕਾਲ ਦਹ ਦਿਸ ਪ੍ਰਗਟਾਵੈ ਜਾ ਕਉ ਆਪੁਨੀ ਕਰੈ ਬਖਸੀਸ ਤਾ ਕਾ ਲੇਖਾ ਨ ਗਨੈ ਜਗਦੀਸ਼ ਜੀਉ ਪਿੰਡੋ ਸਭ ਤਿਸ ਕੀ ਰਾਸ ਕਟ ਕਟ ਪੂਰਨ ਬ੍ਰਹਮ ਪ੍ਰਗਾਸ ਆਪਣੀ ਬਣਤ ਆਪੇ ਬਨਾਈ ਨਾਨਕ ਜੀਵੈ ਦੇਖੇ ਵਡਾਈ ਕਹੋ ਮਾਨੁਖ ਤੇ ਕਿਆ ਹੋਏ ਆਵੈ ਸੋ ਜਿਹਦੇ ਕੋ ਪ੍ਰੇਮਾ ਭਗਤੀ ਨਹੀਂ without ਪ੍ਰੇਮਾ ਭਗਤੀ without guru ਧਾਨ ਤੋਂ ਬਿਨਾ without having a guru what can this human actually do ਇਹ ਤੋਂ ਕੀ ਹੋ ਸਕਦਾ ਮਾਨੁਖ ਤੋਂ ਕੀ ਹੋ ਸਕਦਾ ਜੋ ਤਿਸ ਭਾਵੈ ਸੋਈ ਕਰਾਵੈ so without prema bhakti this human does with the senses as he or she wishes with the body as he or she wishes so follows the man not Guru Sahib iske haath hoye to sab kuch le so if control in the sense of this person could accomplish anything was in this human's hands he or she would take everything jo tis bhave so hi kare once again the human does as the man tells the human to do anajanat bhikhya meh racha doesn't even understand doesn't even know and we talked about the praman jade the monkey getting his hand caught in a jar pulling out chickpeas pulling out shole elephant gets caught with the lure of a female elephant ਮੱਛੀ ਕੁੰਡੇ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆ ਕੇ ਫਸ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਆ ਕੁੰਡੀ ਨਾਲ ਫਸ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਆ a human without prema bhakti gets caught up in vikars and doesn't even know that this is poison right and it starts off little right taste of the tongue oh that's delicious and what does that do eventually that goes and it gives us diseases right might raise our blood pressure might do different things what else does it do it puts our concentration in taste instead of shabd looking at with the vikari eyes right simple extremely difficult right This also hinders in many ways, right? Get caught up in so many different situations, pre-marriage, even post-marriage, and all that kind of stuff. If one decides to get married, so all that takes place in this vikari drishti, right? You find all this sweet, but this is the poison. Je janat apna bacha. If this human had this understanding that Akal Purkh Ji is everywhere, Sad Sonda, Sad Vekda, right? Then this individual would save himself or herself. Par me pula, dahat sitta. So burnt by daha, daha means 10 as well, right? Burnt, well, if we take the arth for burnt by doubt. Which way should I go? What should I do? How should I do this? All these questions that keep popping up. Is this even real? Is this going to help me? How's this helping me? What am I going to do with this? So forgetting Maharaj Hukam of Naam Japing, Eko Naam Hukam hai, and being burnt by doubt, this individual roams around. चलो ठीक है हमारा नया शरीर बख्शिया in this life, but ऐसे कर हम कई बसाए जब हमारा गर्भ हो जाए कई जन्म पे कीट पतंगा, right? So we've been multiple lives before this too. So this person roams from life to life in all 10 directions. ਵਿਕਾਰਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, ਮੰਦ ਕਰਮਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, and that ਮਾੜੀ ਸੰਗਤ that takes us away from ਸ਼ਬਦ, takes us away from thought. ਨਿਮਖ ਮਾਹੇ ਚਾਰੇ ਕੁੰਟ ਫਿਰੇ ਆਵੇ. Within a blink of an eye, the man, tej gati yadi man, goes in all 4 directions so quickly, right? Traveling in the sense that if I ask you guys to close your eyes right now and I say Sri Darbar Sahib Ji, and you guys can picture Sri Darbar Sahib Ji, right? The ability for the man to travel, the man travels extremely fast. It's the fastest thing. It's just where is it going to travel? Is it going to travel in Shabd? Is it going to travel in Itihas? Or is it going to travel in Vikar? Kare kirpa jiso apni bhagti de nanak te jan naam mile. So ਜਿਹਨਾਂ ਤੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਕਰਕੇ ਸੇਵਾ ਬਖਸ਼ਦੇ ਆ ਪ੍ਰੇਮਾ ਭਗਤੀ devotional worship and seva Maharaj gives along that person obtains naam along with Sata Santokh, Daya, Dharm Vichar, all the Shubh Guns that come along with that. And then, Akal Purkh Ji na naam mile, naam de vich hi mil jande. Yeah, they become one with Akal Purkh. So, ਅੱਜ ਜੀ ਆਪਾਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਖਿੰਨ ਮਹਿ ਨੀਚ ਕੀਟ ਕੋ ਰਾਜ. So once again, I'm just gonna share it like this instead of writing it out. But here, you guys can write this right now. Khin. Aksmatar. Khin de vich, instantaneously. Meh, you guys know what meh means, within that amount of time. Neech. Neech here, ਇਹ ਆਪਾਂ ਦੋ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਲੈ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਨਾ. ਨੀਚ ਇੱਕ ਤਾਂ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਕੋਈ ਬੰਦਾ, well, first, neech just means low, right? So ਥੱਲੇ ਹੋਣਾ. But neech also can mean humble, right? Depending on the context. So someone that's neech in the sense someone might not have wealth, someone might not have like high status in the dunya, dunyavi taur te, so not powerful, not wealthy. And neech can be, they can have all that, but they call themselves neech because they are humble. Keet. Keet is an insect. Keet is a kida. Keet is an ant as well. I also saw a definition of kida, of keet as what was it? Something without a tail, like an insect without a tail. That's what they call a keet. But kida in the sense like an insect or an ant. Go to Raj kingship, Rajpuna. आर्थे पागान करांगे इकट्ठे करांगे दोने. So खिन मह नीच कीट को राज, पार ब्रह्म गरीब निवाज. I think someone's not muted, maybe. ठीक है जी। पार ब्रह्म गरीब निवाज। पार ब्रह्म वाहिगुरु जी, सिद्धा अर्थ वाहिगुरु जी। गुरुदेव सतगुरु पार ब्रह्म परमेश्वर गुरुदेव नानक हरे नमस्कार वाहिगुरु जी। गरीब, once again, poor, humble. गरीब, निवाज, to honor, किस ਨੂੰ ਨਿਵਾਜਣਾ, किस ਨੂੰ ਦਰਜਾ ਦੇਣਾ, to give someone status, निवाज. So Guru Sahib Ji is Garib Niwaj, is the one that gives status to poor people, to humble people. Maharaj gives them Brahm Gyan. Maharaj gives them the status of a Sant. Who does this? Par Brahm does this. And they are called Par Brahm Garib Niwaj. They are known as Garib Niwaj because they honor the poor, they honor the humble. So apne sevak nu hin ch bhav aksmatar, meaning right away. Dunyavi Raj, worldly Raj. Apne man indre sab de mana te Raj. Prakash Swaroop Brahmji Rupi Raj bakshan in there. So all types of Raj. In English, put all three arts together. Guru Sahib Ji blesses his poor or his humble sevaks, sevadars with worldly kingship, with rule over the senses and mind. But once again, it's not man mukta. We're not following. So someone that gets blessed with this does not follow their man anymore. And the man's going to say Kamala Pura to itself. And let's go here, let's go there, let's eat this, even though it's going to be dangerous for our bodies and we know it's not good for us, it's still going to say all that. Once again, it's not either or. Everything's on a spectrum, right? Some days you might be inclined towards a bit more manamukhiness. Some days you might be inclined towards Gurmukhs, right? Take it as it comes. Is good prasad, everything good prasad. So Guru Sahib Ji blesses poor humble sevaks of worldly kingship with rule over his or her senses and mind, and the kingship of Maharaj na ekmek ho jana, becoming one with Vaheguruji, instant kinmah, with instantaneously, aksmat tarhi, right away. And who has this Raj? Bhagat Kabir Sahib Ji, Bhagat Fareed Sahib Ji, Bhagat Pipa Ji, Bhagat Ruh Ji, Bhagat Prahlad Ji. They live in this Raj. Sant Baba Gurbacha Singh Ji Khalsa Pind Rakhala, they live in this Raj. Baba Sundar Singh Ji, Yani Mohan Singh Honi. ठीक है जी। जाका दरसटे कछु न आवे, जाका whose, जिसदा, जिसका, दृष्टि sight, निगाह च, कछु any कुछ भी, न नहीं न आवे खाम आवे. सो जिस नीच कीड़ गरीब गुरसेवक जी का ना था प्रताप गुण कुछ भी निगाह च न आवे, भाव सब दी निगाह च गिरिया होवे. Meaning that humble servant who doesn't have any place to stay, who doesn't possess any charisma or virtue, you cannot see anything in this humble individual. No charisma, maybe no virtue, maybe he's homeless, someone that doesn't possess anything. That humble servant, right? The people that are about to walk on the path, people that are about to jap naam, people that don't have anything. Maybe they're hurt. Maybe they're hurt from the world. Maybe they just financially poor. They're about to walk on the path. For those humble servants who don't have any place to stay, maybe they don't possess anything, they don't have any charisma, maybe they don't have any virtues. Jaka daresate kachu na ave. Whose drishti sight nigache kachu any kojvi na ave come. So those individuals, they're so tatkal means right away, instantly. Aksamata, daha. Once again, we talked about daha before. Daha, 10, we're going to use it in the sense of direction here. Daha 10, this directions. Pragatava, to showcase something, to bring forth, to pargat karna, to bring about, to make appear. Pragatava. So that person that doesn't have anything, doesn't have any charisma or any virtue, Guru Sahib Ji instantly makes that person famous in all 10 directions. Sache Satguru Sahiban Ji tis nu aks matar das dis ch pragata dinde hain. And then Bhagavad Ji writes a yatha here. Yatha, remember, it means proof of the line. Namdev's mind, this is a Gurbani Ji, right? Govind, 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 Sange, Namdev Manulina. So Bhagavad Namdev Ji was absorbed into God. Govind, 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 Sange. The calico printer. So this is printing on cotton or other materials like saris and stuff like that. So the people that print on material, on cotton or other materials. Sari de utte je koi kadai kadhi hua design je banaya hua. So calico printer, the calico printer worth half a shell became worth millions. So aad dam ko cheapro hoyo lakhina. And then we go on. So that Bhagavad Namdev Ji now, Guru Sahib Ji talking about Bhagavad Kabir Sahib Ji. Bonana, tanana, tyag ke preet charan kabira. Bhagavad Kabir Sahib Ji fell in love. Neech kula jo laharo pe o guniya gahira. Right? So you abandoning weaving and stretching thread. Bhagavad Kabir Sahib Ji enshrined the love of Lord's lotus feet. A weaver from a lowly family, he became an ocean of excellence. Bhagavad Ravidas Ji. Ravidas Otavanta Torani Tene Tyagi Maya, they renounced Maya. Paragata Hua Sad Sange Hare Darsano Paya, they became known, they became famous in Sad Sangat, and they obtained darshan, sight of God. Sanonai Bhutakarya. So a barber, right? Sanonai Bhutakarya, oh kare kare sune. He became famous. The village drudge, this means someone that does menial work, heavy work, jeda vi mada mota kam honda. Labor work, hard labor work. San, the barber, the village drudge, became famous in each and every house. Oh kar kar suneya. People heard about him in kar kar. Hirde vasya par Brahma Bhakta Mehadani. So, because they got Akal Purkh Ji in their hirda, in their heart, they were counted amongst Bhagats. Their name became known with the Bhagats. They became a Bhagat. ਇਹ ਬੇਦ ਸੁਣ ਕੇ ਜਾਟ ਰੋ ਉਠੇ ਭਗਤੀ ਲਾਗਾ ਮਿਲੇ ਪਰਤਾਖੇ ਗੋਸਾਈਆਂ ਧੰਨਾ ਵਡ ਭਾਗਾ. You guys have heard the Sakhi of Bhagat Tanna Ji. Dile partakh. Partakh means in the flesh. Partakh in front of Balaji's eyes. These eyes, right? So Maharaj gave him darshan. Tanna Vada Parda. So Guru Sahib instantly makes that person famous in all directions. Who? Jaka Daresate Kachunave, someone that doesn't have anything. Teso Tatkal, Dahadis Pragda, when Maharajonu Pargad Kardandeya, famous. Jako, Jisnu, upon whom, to whom, Apani, their own Kara, do Baksis, blessing, Bakshish. Upon whom Guru Sahib blesses a japa jap, devotional worship, prema bhakti, and seva. ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਸੱਚੇ ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਜਿਸ ਨੀਚ ਕੀਟ ਆਪਣੇ ਗੁਰਸੇਵਕ ਨੂੰ ਆਪਣੀ ਪ੍ਰੇਮਾ ਭਗਤੀ ਨਿਸ਼ਕਾਮ ਸੇਵਾ ਪਰਉਪਕਾਰ ਜਪ ਜਾਪ ਦੀ ਸਰਵਵਿਆਪੀ ਮਹਾਵਿਸਮਾਨ ਅੰਧਕਲਵਾਨ ਬਖਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਨ upon whom Guru Sahib ji blesses with this. Taka lekha nagane jagdis. Right? So Jako apni, to whom ਇਕੱਠਾ ਕਰਤਾ ਸੀ ਜਾਕੋ ਆਪਣੀ ਕਰੇ ਬਖਸ਼ੀਸ਼ ਆਪਣੀ ਬਖਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ they bless upon whom Guru Sahib ji blesses ਨਾਮ ਪ੍ਰੇਮਾ ਭਗਤੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਤਾਕਾ ਲੇਖਾ ਨਾ ਗਨੇ ਜਗਦੀਸ਼ that person's ਤਾਕਾ this the lekha lekha is written calculation meaning karmic calculation lekha no gane means to count ginde jagdish jagde ishwar meaning vaheguru ji vaheguru karta par satguru sahban ji pak ji writes testa hisab vaheguru karta purakh satguru sahib ji nahi ਗਿਣਦੇ ਭਾਵ ਮਹਾਪਾਪਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਬਖਸ਼ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਹਨ ਤੇਰਾ ਅੰਤ ਨਾ ਜਾਈ ਲਖਿਆ ਅਕਥ ਨਾ ਜਾਈ ਹਰ ਇੱਕ ਅਥਿਆ नानक जिन को सतगुरु मिलिया तिन का लेखा निबड़िया so whoever Guru Sahib meets or falls in love with Shabad they have no more lekha that person's account is not called upon Guru Sahib ji blesses all their path all their sins there's a line in Bani goes your fakre sagnu likha Karam Raja Karango Karam Raja to I don't remember, but yeah. So Taka Lekha na Gana Jagadish. That person's account is not called upon. Geo, Pendo, Geo, G, Jind, Jan, Soul, Jind, Pend, body, Sab, all, everything. Tisaki Raz. That person's everything, that person's capital, that person meaning capital meaning punji, punji meaning all the wealth that a person has, all the property, all the jewelry, all the money, everything that this person possesses. Rase, uji. जियो पेंडो सब तिसकी रास है, capital रास capital। ਇਹ ਦੋਨੇ ਅਰਥ ਆਪਾਂ ਇਕੱਠੇ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਦੂਜੀ ਦੋ ਲਾਈਨਾਂ ਦੇ। ਸੋ do the arts together। ਘਾਟੇ ਘਾਟੇ ਪੂਰਨ ਬ੍ਰਹਮ ਪ੍ਰਕਾਸ਼। ਘਾਟੇ ਘਾਟੇ, ਘਾਟ can mean heart, ਹਿਰਦਾ। ਘਾਟ can mean each particle, ਕਿਣਕਾ ਕਿਣਕਾ। ਇੱਥੇ ਭਗਤ ਜੀ ਨੇ ਕਿਣਕਾ ਕੀਤਾ ਆ। ਪੂਰਨ, ਪੂਰਨ is someone that's complete। ਬ੍ਰਹਮ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ। ਪ੍ਰਕਾਸ਼ illumination, the light, the ਪ੍ਰਕਾਸ਼, ਚਾਨਣ। ਸੋ ਜਿਸ ਸੇਵਕ ਨੂੰ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਅਜਪਾ ਜਾਪ ਨਾਮ ਰਾਜ ਬਖਸ਼ ਕੇ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ 10 ਦਿਸ਼ਾਂ 'ਚ ਪ੍ਰਗਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ, ਤਿਸ ਗੁਰੂ ਪਿਆਰੇ ਜੀ ਦੀ ਜਿੰਦ ਸਰੀਰ ਸਭ ਪੂੰਜੀ ਕਿਣਕੇ ਕਿਣਕੇ 'ਚ ਪੂਰਨ ਬ੍ਰਹਮ ਜੀ ਦਾ ਚਾਨਣੀ ਚਾਨਣ ਹੈ। ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਚੰਨ ਧੂੜ ਬਣ ਕੇ ਬ੍ਰਹਮ ਜੀ 'ਚ ਲੀਨ ਹੋ ਕੇ ਪੂਰਨ ਬ੍ਰਹਮ ਹੀ ਬਣ ਗਏ ਨੇ। They became so humble, they became the form of a God. They're falling because Maharaj boxed them with Ajapajap Naam. So upon whom Guru Sahib blesses his Ajapajap Naam, that person's soul, that person's body, that person's capital, meaning everything, and every particle gets illuminated with Vaheguru Ji's light. So the way that person may spend wealth will be according to Gurmat. Everything that happens will be according to the illumination of Vaheguru Ji, that prakash that happens within inside him. Everything moves according to that hukam. Dekhya tehu lok ka piyo. Then one beholds the Father of the three worlds. Acharya paya jeev te siya. Acharya, wonderstruck, is wonderful. The human has become a God. Jeev te siya. Became Brahm Sarup themselves. Woke up. Kate kate puran Brahm pragas. So Jio, Pendo, right? The body, the soul. Sava tiski ras, everything, the ras, the capital, everything the person possesses. Kate kate puran Brahm pragas. It gets illuminated, everything gets illuminated with a kal prakash. Apni banat aape banai. So their own, banat means creation. Banat means form, swarup, or anything that's being created. Aape, they themselves, aap hi banaiya, created. So do arth ithe. Pehla arth Guru Sahib Ji is stating, Satguru Sahiban Ji ne apne nirgun swarup ji dwara anand brahmand di apni banaut aap hi banai hai. Meaning, Guru Sahib Ji is stating, Guru Sahib Ji has created their own sargun form from their nirgun form. So this means creation as well, right? I'll put that in brackets. So Guru Sahib Ji has created their own sargana form from their nirguna form, meaning everything that we see. We're not just talking about the physical swarup of Guru Sahib Ji themselves, like Panjve Pasha Ji coming into the human form of Guru Arjan Dev Sahib Maharaj Ji. We're talking about sargana, everything that we see, that can be visualized with our eyes, that we see with these are external eyes. Guru Sahib Ji has created their own sargana form, the creation from their nirguna form. Apni banata, so this banata, this creation, aape banai, Maharaj themselves had made it. And then the second artha, ਨੀਚ ਕੀਟ ਪੱਥਰ ਕਿਰਤ ਘਣ ਜੀਵ ਤੇ ਆਪਣੀ ਬਖਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਕਰਕੇ ਉਸ ਨੂੰ ਬ੍ਰਹਮ ਬਣਾ ਲੈਣ ਦੀ ਆਪਣੀ ਬਣਤ ਆਪ ਹੀ ਬਣਾਈ ਹੈ। So Guru Sahib Ji themselves have created the creation, or the path, we can say, or the technique, we can say, of making a lowly person gain Guru Sahib Ji's blessing and merging them into Vaheguru. Okay, so Guru Sahib Ji themselves have created the creation of making a lowly person gain Guru Sahib Ji's blessing and merging them into Vaheguru. That we can say the creation of this method, we can say. That's what we're trying to say. So Guru Sahib Ji themselves have created the creation of the method, of the path, of the technique of taking a lowly person, what we talked about above, and merging them through Guru Sahib Ji's blessings into Vaheguru Ji, with Vaheguru Ji. And then the last line, Nanak Jiva Dekhe Badai. Then Guru Sahib Ji continuing on to say, I live by seeing the praise of Nirgun Ji Sargun Avatar Guru Sahib Ji. Dasan Das Brahma Ji, Nirgun Brahma Ji de Sargun Sarup Satguru Sahibaan Ji di Sarvyapi Mahavismad Ascharya Vismad Hi Vismad Ant Kalavan Badai देख के जिਉਂਦਾ है। ਕਿਉਂ ਜੋ ਖਿੰਨ ਚ ਅਨੰਤ ਬ੍ਰਹਮੰਡ ਰਚਦੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਚ ਲੀਨ ਕਰ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਹਨ। Because within less than a blink of an eye, they create creation and they bring it back within themselves. ਖਿੰਨ ਚ ਹੀ ਨੀਚ ਕੀਟ ਜੀਵ ਤੇ ਨਦਰ ਬਖਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਕਰਕੇ ਪੂਰਨ ਬ੍ਰਹਮ ਸਰੂਪ ਬਣਾ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਹਨ। Within less than a blink of an eye, they bless people that are even not remotely on the path and make them into Brahm Swarup themselves. So Guru Sahib Ji saying, I live by seeing the praise of Nirgun Ji Sargun Avatar Guru Sahib Ji. That can be Panjve Pasha talking to Chothe Pasha Ji. We can take that from that way. Guru Arjan Dev Sahib Maharaj Ji is saying this to Guru Ramdas Sahib Maharaj Ji, or to Guru Amar Das Sahib Maharaj Ji, or to Guru Angad Dev Sahib Maharaj Ji, or to Guru Nanak Dev Sahib Maharaj Ji, or to Guru Granth Sahib Maharaj Ji. Nanak Jiva Dekh Badai. अपनी बनत आप बनाई।